You notice enthusiasm. I've been missing you, fam. I've been like Puffy. Every breath you take, every word you say. I've been missing you, fam. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? In fact, I'm guaranteeing you right now I'll be back tomorrow, too. We got to make up for some lost time because the 49ers are open for business. Yes, OTAs, I don't care. It's about the fact of the matter is there's an assembly of guys out there wearing 49er uniforms, and they're getting ready for 2022. Yes. But you know what? Not too much can be taken from today's first media conference regarding the Niners OTAs. However, just you know what? It's so funny though, because you know how we do, and I'm just as guilty as anybody else. Everything that was said by Coach Shanahan and the players, it can be opened up for further interpretation, right? You start reading between the lines, and your imagination gets involved, and you start coming up with all kind of things that are probably far from the truth. But it's just the way we think when we watch the 49ers, especially when the guys are talking. With Jimmy Ward gets the award today for the most comical up there. Jimmy came in and saying all kind of hysterical things and bad words. And Jimmy, you're right at home now, you crafty veteran after all these years. But tonight, taking your phone calls for your take on today's media conference from the passiveness of Coach Shanahan, who was typical Coach Shanahan. He just... The dude, you cannot read him anymore at all. It used to be a time I think you could actually think a little bit about what he's saying and come up with something maybe that's accurate. But now when he's talking, Coach, I'm conscious. What is that? What does that mean? What does that mean? You notice anything different in Trey Lance? No. No. What do you mean no? That's all the reports have been saying. There's all kind of things he's been improving. What are you talking about, Coach? So, when Coach is talking, I don't know. I don't know what to think anymore. Just ignore him, I guess, for the most part. Shanahan's not going to... God, Coach. But tonight, take your phone calls for your take on today's media conference from the pastors of Shanahan, as I say, the Trey Lance confidence. He does seem bubbling and just ready to go. And the unusually somber G. Kittle. First of all, one of the headlines of the day, though, it's I don't know if it's bothering you, but Alex Mack is starting to get on my nerves. He really is. He did not attend the first day of the 49ers voluntary organized team activities. Yesterday, a source told NBC Sports Bay Area, I was reading that, he also has a very good reason for staying away after getting married this offseason. We understand that. He's out there in a big castle getting married. Maybe the last thing he's thinking about is football, right? But, Alex, we really need you this year with the young quarterback going in for his first start, Alex. You got to be. We got to have you, man. He's 36 years old now, though. He just got married. Alex Mack is probably thinking about everything but football. Are you sure you want him back, fam? Because he might not be engaged as hard as he was last year or the year before. But he's yet to indicate publicly whether he intends to return for his 14th year in the NFL. We're lucky, too. Alex didn't get hurt last year. I don't know if he might have been hurt a little bit, but, that's playing football, you're going to get hurt a little bit anyway. But remember, Shanahan spoke for John Lynch and himself back in April, the last day of April. He's quoted as saying, we both have an idea which way he's leaning. And what'd you do, right? And you probably, like me, you assumed, okay, so Alex is coming back? Or else you would have seen a different look, a different body language or something on Shanahan. What did I just say about Coach Shanahan? Forget about it. He goes on to say, but that's really not us for us to announce that. It's kind of up to Alex. We need him back, fam. Something bad. Something real bad. We don't have a center that can get in there and do what he does. And as I said, you got Trey back there. The offensive line has already got too many new faces in it now. Don't add another one at the center. Anyway, let's get... And then there's Deebo. Deebo. Deebo isn't with his teammates during these OTAs, as you may have noticed. Deebo's out at ball games, and Draymond's jerking his jersey off. Had to get through meet. Deebo, hey, what's up, baby boy? Yeah. Don't you get your money, all right? Get your money. I know he did. Draymond. Why you gonna find Deebo out of that whole crowd and give you a jersey? Never mind. I mean, I like it. I mean, I got no problem with it, but I just come on, man. Deebo, you're supposed to be back in San Francisco waiting to play some ball. But see, none of this should come as any surprise, fam. These sessions are voluntary. Deebo's entering the final year of his rookie contract. Meanwhile, Coach Shanahan remains optimistic that the Niners can extend Mr. Samuel's baby boy, despite his asking to be traded this offseason, asking loudly and often. Fam, what would... Okay. At some point, let's try to predict the drama that's coming up next year. Each and every year, it usually has always been Jimmy and another quarterback can we please get, right? Y'all, not me. I like Jimmy. But anyway, the thing is, usually it's all about Jimmy. This year, it's like a potpourri. And Deebo being the front runner. Maybe Deebo did that because him and Jimmy are close. Deebo said, Jimmy, you know what? I'm going to get all the attention on me this year, man. They ain't going to bother you, man. Come on, man. I got you. Deebo likes Jimmy. Maybe. Today, Coach Shanahan told reporters that he expects Deebo to be in attendance when the Niners hold a 3-day mandatory minicamp starting on June 13th, which ain't that far away, fam. The 49ers going to get this contract settled by then? Does Coach believe the relationship between player and team can be mended? To me, that's a silly question. Rhetorical, damn near. But Shanahan did respond by saying, yeah, of course I do. I felt that last time I talked to you guys at draft time. I feel the same, if not stronger, unquote. Players don't give a damn about Deebo trying to get his money? What am I going to do, man? Well, it sounds like us. Well, Deebo's got a lot of nerve out there being greedy for money like that, and he's not the caliber of some of those guys. He's not a Stephon Diggs. He's not a Devontae. You know, I've never really delved into those conversations because, honestly, I'm going to tell you the truth. My feeling about that kind of opinion, out of line. Way out of line. If it was you, you'd be doing the same thing. I want to know if there's a man amongst us or a woman who would say, well, I'm going to put the team first and I'm not going to ask for too much money because just because it's my future doesn't mean anything. Yeah, come on, man. Of course he's going to do that. So only thing I didn't appreciate was Deebo's style about going after the money. You know? Don't let your brother get involved because your brother's a fool. You don't know what he's talking about. You know, and leave everybody else out of it too. And Deebo, since when is John Lynch going to talk? You got something to say, call him up. You'll listen. Airing laundry out in the public is just not a good thing for the 49ers. It's a look that we don't need. And other players have done slight, subtle sounds of disagreement, but not to this extent. So this is like a shock to all of us, watching a player go completely nuts. And you watch the other two guys, they got paid. It took a little longer, and they had to wait a little longer, but in fact, that's to your advantage. The players that have waited quietly, or not quietly, but just didn't go all nuts, they got to be the highest paid players in the NFL for at least a few minutes until somebody else got a contract after them, right? So, you're probably going to end up being, for the reasons that have already been stated, you are the most dynamic offensive weapon in the NFL. There's no questioning that. And you'll probably get paid accordingly. But why go nuts? Okay. Has there been any progress in repairing your relationship with the receiver? Coach Shanahan didn't divulge any details about the roadblocks, but noted that the situation remains the same as the last time he addressed the media on this same question. And he said, quote, the same thing I said last time, nothing's changed. There's conversations that we have with Deebo, and maybe some more of that will come out eventually, but now, not the time, unquote. He's right. In fact, I think we can all agree, if the 49ers were going to trade Deebo, it likely would have been before during the draft. Right now, it makes no sense out of midair. You're like, what are you going to get for it? Next year's draft picks? You want those draft picks? You wanted them now. So, however, play A has always been probably to keep Deebo to begin with. There were teams interested in trading for D, like the Jets. However, no one offered a trade package worth considering. Fam, Deebo Samuel, no matter who you want to make wide receiver one, people are already putting Ayuk up at number one. He's not. Deebo's still the number one guy. Deebo, 1,770 all-purpose yards and 14 total touchdowns, 2021, and is widely considered, as I mentioned, one of the top receivers and offensive weapons in the NFL. At some point, his salary will reflect that. And Shanahan remains hopeful that will be with the 49ers. I often wonder, Shanahan seems like his passiveness seems like he doesn't have any real statement, but you know he does, in the proceedings that go on in the front office. He always speaks as if, I've got nothing to do, but he does. You know he does. In fact, I still think he has the heaviest voice in the room. But Shannon's probably respectful of Lynch, Parag, and all others, that are involved in the decision-making, is my guess. Then there was Trey, right? Well, was there one thing more than others that you really kind of honed in on to work on mechanically or anything else? Because a lot of us saw things in his footwork and that big wind-up and everything that Kyle Shanahan said he hadn't seen any change yet, right? So Trey's response was, I didn't try to rewrite anything. I kind of dealt with my finger throughout the season. So for me, it was kind of getting that back and getting healthy and feeling back to myself. I felt like towards the end of the season, I wasn't the best version of myself overall. It was a long season, long pre-draft process with me not being in school. Everyone says it's going to be, but you didn't really realize it until it happens. And I think the finger for me was the biggest thing, just as far as throwing the ball. I kind of had to learn how to throw the ball differently without using my pointer finger, I guess just because of where it was throughout the year. But now I feel like I'm in a great spot health-wise and I'm throwing the ball well, and I feel really good. Unquote. Fam, didn't you think that somebody said, and people were constantly saying he was down south working on some of the things that he needed to improve on, right? No. And you know what, though? I didn't realize his finger. It was in that bad a shape. Because I wasn't really aware of it with being that serious. I thought it was... I thought that finger healed up maybe by week 4 or 5 or something like that. The next question, how different does it feel from a confidence perspective coming to this OTAs from last year? To that, T. Lance said, quote, man, last year I was swimming a little bit. It was hard. It was hard not to be. Being drafted and then 10 days later, rookie minicamp. So just trying to keep up with the other guys in the room. But yeah, I feel very different this year for sure, unquote. See what I'm saying? What are the thoughts? I want to really know what you're thinking about this now, tonight. Because like I said, I thought he was down south working on some of the things that some of us had issue with. He wasn't. He was just doing what he always does. And so that lends to what Shanahan was saying when he says, did you see anything different about Trey when he came into camp? And Shanahan said, no. And he said that with a straight face. Okay. Maybe Shanahan just didn't really feel like getting into this conversation, all right? One more. The company line last year was that your finger got better just in time for the Houston game. In hindsight, was it still an issue even that far into the season, and were you dealing with it then? And Trey said to that question, quote, I could manage it, but it's a finger, so it's hard. State, don't do that. Get your mind up out of the gutter. The process for me was it didn't get straight all the way was kind of an issue. So right away I could squeeze that. So right away I couldn't squeeze. That's why I didn't throw after that preseason game. And yeah, as the season went on, it kind of started to straighten more, and the swelling went down. But it's just a thing that takes a time. Okay, now I'm going to see him in a whole different light, though. See, because I'm just going to be honest with you. I wasn't all that impressed, especially in the Cardinals game. And that was really, that finger must have been really bad news at that point. But nobody said anything about that, right? And then the Texans game, well, yeah. He made a few good throws I was impressed with. But he was also making adjustments with his hand. I didn't even know that, right? See, because Jimmy Garoppolo gets defined by his play when he's injured by a lot of people. When he's healthy, nobody has anything to say because normally when he's healthy, he's doing fine. But I don't want to be like that. If there was something wrong with his finger, I didn't know about it, then I'll reserve judgment. I'm not going to say anything else until I see him healthy. That's just the way, that's the way I roll. But that's interesting. I didn't realize that. Fam, here's another thing. Did GK seem a little bit unusual today to you? He wasn't his same fun, silly self. Even when he was speaking about Jimmy not texting him back, he was even, you know what? George is very sensitive about that. When people don't text him back or something like that or respond to him, it does bother him. I thought he was kidding. I remember Trey. Trey knew. Jimmy, something happened, right? About a few weeks ago. And Trey called him back right away because George was holding some kind of thing on his social media. And Trey called him right back. Trey's smart. Trey called, man, let me call this dude before he starts crying about me not getting back. Yo, hey, George, man, I'm sorry, man. You know what? I was tied up, bro. Yeah, you know I wouldn't leave you hanging. Like I just see the conversation, because George is very sensitive, ain't he? I mean, his face looked really pissed off. No, I'm not talking to Jimmy. I'm sending him text. He doesn't answer his text. I haven't talked to him since the end of the last season. And he looked really bothered. Jimmy does his own thing. I think George has become gun shy, though, about that question about regarding the quarterback situation anywhere, and was probably trying to steer the media folks in another direction. So, fam, any and all observations of today's media conference are delightfully welcome. Spot like anything you like. Let's get all into it, Oh, God. Hey, where's the guy? Where's my dude from Bend? Hey, Matty, man. Is Matty here today? Oh, God. Anyway, told you, forget about it. Until my boy leaves, I'm a Jimmy dude. Hey, some of you people that keep on writing me that message, telling me bad things about that, let's get over it. That comes down when I say it comes down. And when Jimmy leaves, it will be ceremoniously taken down in respectful fashion for a guy that lifted the 49ers out of the toilet, swimming amongst the turds and into relevance in the last 2 out of 3 years, part of the march to the Super Bowl right to the very end. Ha! Gee! Hey, Steven, come on in, man.
What's up, Ronbo?
Steven, man, what did you get from today's media conference? And I mentioned a couple of things. Deebo, and we the whole sports world got to watch Deebo watching the Mavericks and Warriors game. we got somebody call Deebo and tell him we got to work out tomorrow. Is he gonna make it back in time? I think he did it on purpose, Steven. And then you got Trey, who I didn't even know. I didn't know his finger was hurting all season long, pretty much. So, and then there's GK. Anything else you want to get on as well? But your time. Go ahead, Steven.
Honestly, Ronbo, the only thing I can really take away from it is it's just the same old 49ers we always deal with every season.
Yeah.
It's always the smoking mirrors, don't reveal your hand, kind of stuff like that. So, I mean, was Trey's finger really bothering him? I have no idea. We're not him. We don't know what to expect. We're not his doctors. We're not the team doctors. So it's really hard to kind of tell whether or not if that's a bold-faced lie or not. Now, if it is true, that finger must have been really bad because they said, if I'm not mistaken, I think when he chipped it back in preseason, they said, oh, yeah, he just chipped it like almost like a sprain, like a jammed thumb. And I'm like, that's not that bad. But, for it to be lasting almost an entire year is kind of like, damn, like that's basically a broken finger.
Yeah. They should have put it on a splint or something to straighten it out. Because for that to last, and he's just now getting that finger straightened out, that's frightening.
Yeah. It's you kind of think to yourself, like, why, if he's such a prized possession of the 49ers and we gave up so much for him, if you wanted him to play next season, don't you think you guys would have done it like a lot sooner? Like, let's get his finger straightened that year rather than waiting a whole 6 months to get it done. These are questions that kind of just like, these are questions I kind of think of when given answers like this. Is just like, if it's that serious that it took an entire year of recovery for you to, kind of start throwing properly, why
You're
wasn't
right.
it solved?
It's almost a year. Almost a year. Another 3-4 weeks? Was it? No, when did he? What game? Did he think it's the Raiders?
Yeah.
Another month. Still,
It makes
almost a
no
year.
sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, the whole issue with Alex Mack is kind of concerning. I don't even care about Deebo. I really don't.
Deebo's
I'm done with him. Like,
basketball.
it's Alex Mack, really, because we have our wide receiver room has grown so much.
Ooh.
So it's like he is technically, in a way, replaceable. Jawan Jennings, Brandon Ayuk, Ray McLeod. Who else? Who else? You know.
Well, the thing is, you've got Ayuk another year. That's almost like adding a new receiver too, because now you got guys that got experience, and then you got the speed merchant that Ayuk is excited about. You got Jawan Jennings. I don't know what his role is going to be this year. We can discuss that at whatever point. But the thing is, you're right. That wide receiver room looks unlike it has since Shanahan arrived. It looks stocked.
Yeah, and the nice part about it too is that, you know, do we really need Deebo in this sense? Do we really have to worry about him as much? No, we don't. Not really. You know, same reason we don't need to worry about, let's say, for instance, you know, who's going to be at running back. It's a full house. It's a full room.
Yeah.
Our main concern is that offensive line, and especially our center, Alex Mack, who is going to be a damn near impossible replacement if he decides to retire.
True. And he's so needed this year. He's needed more now even than he was last year. Last year, of course, he was needed, but this year, it compounds because now you got a kid back there that needs all the help he can get to get acclimated to the NFL, and Alex Mack would have been key, or he would be.
Yeah, it's oh man. But I will say this. I don't know if you heard about the whole thing with Javon Kinlaw and Grant Cohn. Kind of funny.
It was on Twitter. I had to respond. I said, Jesus, because somebody else put it up. Okay, Jesus, Grant. You know, he read some of the things. He probably read some of the things you said about him before he left last year. He's not the kind of kid that's going to walk around being polite. If he's seen you, I could see him doing that. Yeah. God.
Well, here's the thing. He's on Grant Cohn's live right now, going off on Grant Cohn.
Oh, Javon
Kinlaw is on Grant Cohn's live, going off on him right now.
Grant's bold, because he's not going to be nice. He's probably going to say the same things he said to him at practice. That's forbidden fruit. I wouldn't even best. You know what? I got to tell you.
Oh no, Ronbo, it got ugly. Oh man.
Dang, I'm gonna have to go watch that after.
Ooh, yeah. God damn. Grant Cohn really? Javon Kinlaw really told him, "I'm not the one." I'm like, man, what did you do?
Well, as I told you, Grant doesn't hold back on his criticisms, and he doesn't really word things eloquently when he's saying something bad about somebody, right? So you get that's like a hood ghetto type of thing. You walk around the neighborhood and people be, hey, bleep, you bleep, man, what you get your bleep, come here, man, I want to holler at you, It gets down to that kind of thing, right? And see, when Grant does that, he sets himself up for that kind of madness. He does. But the thing is, you can't, as a player, I get you getting frustrated, but you cannot let someone in the media get on you like that. Agreed.
You can't, because if you do that, and something happens to that person, whether it's a fan of that player or not, it's your ass. Like your whole career is gone.
Yeah. See, because you're right. You need to develop a thick skin. And I'm sure some of the other guys on the team are going to call him up. Hey, man, come on, man. You got to chill out, man. When Grant come around here, man, we all got some things we want to say to Grant, but we don't say them. All right? You need to chill out, man. Seriously, don't do that. I would tell him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God damn. Well, this is gonna be interesting now, because now I don't know if you know this is gonna stir up the locker room. This is gonna, once word gets out about what happened on Grant Cohn's thing, and it just kind of blows up over the news media, oh man, it's gonna shift the whole locker room now.
Listen, Steven, I got to tell you, 2 years ago when him and Kyle got into it, I thought Grant wasn't going to be allowed to come back into press conferences. So you know what? This is just theater. It'll blow over. Steven, this we can talk about this all night. This is fun stuff. We gotta go though. I tell you what, I'm going to be back tomorrow
Sorry
though.
about that, Ronbo.
It's
Sorry
not
about
fun.
that was
It's
crazy.
fun stuff. I'll see you tomorrow.
You take care, Ronbo.
You too.
See you tomorrow. Bye.
Now here comes Rev, a man that's both down to earth and very cerebral. He would shed some light on the media conference today and the madness between Javon and one Grant Cohn. Rev, come on in, man.
Whoa. Hi.
Yeah.
Where do I start? First off, let me start by saying, Ronbo, we thank you for this platform, for allowing us 49 faithful to speak our hearts and our minds and our opinion about a team. Shout out to my faithful family worldwide, repping that beautiful red and gold 24/7, 365. Well, got that out of the way. Yeah, I saw the Grant Cohen thing, and it's like, it is what it is, dude. Like, you know sideways, this is what's going to happen. But I also watched Trey's press conference and talking about his finger and yada yada yada. Me personally, family, I'm just going to say this: I'm just ready for some 49er football. I don't care who, what. Obviously, OTAs is something. We want to know. We have that excitement, we have that feeling to see what our team is about and what they're going to do. And I'm just, me personally, I'm just waiting for the season to start. And win, lose, or draw, we rep our colors. I'm saying, we have the pride as the faithful, and we're gonna go out there every Sunday and smack you in the mouth. That's just facts. Like, you gotta, like, when you coming to see us, or we coming to see you. So, just as a whole, this team, we hear all the reports and the blases, the back and forth, and yada yada yada. It's like, come on, man, let's just get this season to going. We always hear the whole, who's going to be the quarterback, who's going to be the running back.
Every year, since 2018. 2018, every year. Yeah.
Like the last caller said, he's tired of Deebo. Deebo's not important. Deebo is important. Like, he sets us off, and the reason why I say he's important, and being a coach myself, and coaching these high schoolers to get ready for college, it's, you pay attention to the small details, because somebody like Deebo on the offense, a defensive-minded coach such as myself, because I'm a defensive back coach, so it's like, you pay attention to stuff like this. So, yeah, Deebo is important. Can he be replaced? Yes, he can, but for the time being, he is important. The X's and O's of this game, it's a game of chess. That's what I tell my DBs all the time. When you play in coverages, it's a game of chess, but it's how you anticipate your next move. And, this is why you get in that weight room. This is why you do all these extra drills to get yourself ready. So, just family, we just sitting back, we waiting. The season's going to come. Let Trey do his thing. Like, I'm at the point now to where let the kid do his thing. We keep hearing all the stats and the blase, come do his thing. If he wins, he wins. If he don't, he don't. Like, that's where I'm at with it right now, Ronbo.
And that's a healthy way to be too, because you know what? And my expectations right now, I'm numb, blank. I don't know what to expect, because in the last few years, we came into the camp with great expectations. You got your talent assembled. They've all been working together for a while. You expect nothing but Super Bowl, right? But this year, I don't know what to expect or think. I don't really know.
My thing for this year, let us just get 10+ wins. I want my revenge. Those lame ass lamb chops.
I know. Up in here talking.
Yeah, like scratch all cat, yo. Like, y'all can be in the chats all you want to, you know what I'm saying? Y'all still lame ducks. Like, we still own you. So, we'll let you have your little trophy right now. It is what it is.
One time.
Catch up.
In 3 years.
But let them talk. I mean, that's what you do. When you defend the champs, you can talk. I mean, it is what it is. It's the nature of the beast.
That's true.
Personally, you rambly rejects, we don't give a flying frickazoid about you. Y'all still, the bottom dwellers of the NFC West. You will always be the bottom dwellers of the NFC West. Still own you. So Super Bowl, we don't care. But Ronbo, I ain't gonna hold you up. But family, keep your heads up. You know what I'm saying? Season coming. Rep your red and gold. We faithful for a reason. You know what I'm saying? Fuck these lamb chops. Yeah, I said it. We ain't worrying about them. You know what I mean? But keep your heads up. Stay positive. Everybody be blessed. Ronbo, we thank you. We appreciate it. Much love to you. And shout out to my 49 and faithful family worldwide. Y'all know what it is. You know what I'm saying? The nature boy in the building. And I'm gonna end it off with, in order to be the man, you got to beat the man. Which I need to catch up. Ronbo, thank you, man. Appreciate it. Y'all have a good one. All right.
Reb, it's always a pleasure. Look forward to returning each and every time. And fam, have a great night.
It's coming this year for sure. Like, it's coming.
All right.
You ready?
Looking forward.
We
It's going to be a
appreciate
crazy season. Thanks, fam. All right.
you.
Night, Reb.
All right. Later.
And let's get out of Naj. Go ahead, Naj.
Ronbo.
Naj. Well, Naj, we got our first. We got our first media conference today, and see, because we're hungry for football, so not a lot can be taken from that media conference today. In fact, it was like pretty much what they left off with from last year. You know what I mean? Nothing new, really.
Mm-hmm.
Well, but wait, let me take that back. Nothing new. Yeah, Deebo is not mad. We're not hearing. Trey's not, in the driver's seat just yet. So that is different. And Notch, did you know Trey's finger was bothering him all season long? I didn't even realize that.
Trey Lance?
Yeah. I thought that finger, they stopped talking about it. Notch, didn't he stop talking about that finger by at least week 4 or 5? I didn't know it was still bugging him.
Yeah. I'm about to say, because he played. He played during the season.
Against the Cardinals. Nobody said anything about that.
Yeah, this first time me hearing that.
Could
they said he had to get surgery or something?
No. In fact, at the end, somebody says, "Well, did you ever consider, was a surgical repair necessary?" No, nothing like that. You know where I've had the worst sprain of my finger playing basketball. You know how you make the catch of the ball sometimes and it jams the finger, and I thought I was gonna pass out. The finger was like, and it swelled up like. I mean, it looked like a foot on my hand, right? But that went away. Shoot, it didn't take that long.
Yeah, those things heal. They heal. Well, your finger might be crooked, but the pain heal.
So, because I'm trying to find reasons why Kyle Shanahan, even when Jimmy's shoulder gone, hand gone, and you still insist on playing him. Coach, you got your 2 future draft picks and everything else. Why don't you play him then? And they wouldn't.
Yeah.
I mean, the 49ers act like they just refused to play Trey. And now we're finding out maybe the finger had a little bit to do with it. I don't know. I mean, what are you thinking?
I don't know. This is my first time. I didn't even know his finger.
I know, right?
It's the first time me hearing about it since week 4. So I don't know. I feel he should be ready by the season start. Are they saying he might not be able to start?
No. He says he's fine now and he feels great.
That might have messed. Oh, okay. Because I'm about to say that could have messed his off season up a little bit, but
no, you're right.
Be all right.
No, you're right, because I thought, how everybody's saying, Trey's down south working with blah, 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 getting some of his mechanics in order. Somebody said his throw's been, because Trey's got a big wind-up throw. They want to take some of the exaggeration off that throw down and compact it a little bit more. I don't know about touch or some of the other things they were supposedly working on, but Kyle, you saw Kyle being in the press conference. So, Kyle, you see any difference in Trey? Kyle very nonchalant, bluntly said, "No." So I was thinking, okay, y'all messing with my emotions here, man. I mean, what are you saying, Kyle? And they kept asking him questions about, is there any difference? And Kyle kept acting like, no, he's the same guy.
That's Kyle for you, man.
I know, right? Kyle is
get you what you want.
Yeah. Well, you
He
know
gonna
what?
get you what you need, though, but he ain't gonna get you what you want.
Maybe Kyle doesn't want anybody in the other teams maybe watching, thinking that Trey has made any changes.
Improvement.
For whatever reason.
Yeah, but
I don't know.
He liked to downplay. He liked to downplay everything.
True.
He a downplay type of guy. Yeah, his personality, so.
Yeah.
I don't hold it past him.
I would never play poker against Kyle. And I don't even play poker. But I can tell he'd fool me into losing everything.
Yeah. For sure. But yeah, I feel like he should have everything how he's supposed to have it for his first year plan. I've seen him doing the towel throwing thing. To get that. On the towel, getting his form.
Drills, yeah. Yeah,
he should have everything down pat by now. It's been a whole off season.
Yeah, and he's been working hard.
To me, I don't know. Maybe coming off the couch, it looked easier, but it ain't that hard to throw the ball softer.
Well, you know,
just loosen it up. That's it.
But you know what, Naj? In the NFL, you can throw that ball softly. It's all about timing. It's like George Kittle said today too. You know, without a pass rush, it's really hard to learn Kyle Shanahan's offense. That's what I said about those timing routes and things like that. A lot of people don't understand. That is tough, especially under stress. Timing it takes a while to develop that kind of chemistry and timing. It's a bang, bang, bang thing. One thing, count, 3, 2, boom, hit that spot. That receiver's supposed to be right there. If that receiver gets held up in his route or something like that, the quarterback's butt's hanging out in the wind. This is why you're going to continue to see INTs in Kyle Shanahan's offense. Not always because of the quarterback. It has a lot to do with the receiver's route running, his ability to hit the spots at the same time. There's a whole lot into it that a lot of people don't understand. So the first thing they do is start hollering at the quarterback. You're going to see some of that this year. You know what, Naj? You know what worries me? I don't want to make anybody think, you just hate Trey. No, it takes time to develop that skill. It does.
Yeah, that time is different, yeah, for sure. And you got to make sure the receiver's on there. Because I remember not last year, but the year before last, Kendrick Bourne had a habit of running the wrong route, leaving Garoppolo high to dry. It'd be a pick.
And Kendrick was so bad, they told on him. Usually when receivers do that, nobody puts the receiver on blast. They put Kendrick on blast. Oh, my God. And I was, Notch, I was such a huge Kendrick fan at that time. I was sitting down 2 inches off my chair because I was embarrassed. I said, Kendrick, man, you got to be kidding me, man. How you going to run around?
I rock the
God. So, everybody's got to do their job.
But yeah, hopefully he get it right. He got some nice targets to throw it to.
Everybody knows what he's doing now.
Right.
Yeah, because Ayuk knows what he's doing. Deebo definitely knows what he's doing. Jawan Jennings, he may get held up in his route sometime, but we got to worry about Gray. I don't know about Ray. I don't know how often they're going to use Ray.
Starfield, he got good chemistry with Trent.
Yeah, and they got rid of him.
Wait, we don't got Trent no more?
Yeah, they let him leave. I don't know where he's at. Did he go back to the Cardinals?
Oh, dang.
He's not with us, though. Yeah, see. But him and Ayuk been working together, so maybe, and that's a good guy to have chemistry with.
Great.
Trey, he's been working with Ayuk a lot. He needs to work with Gray.
Okay.
Ayuk likes Gray.
Yeah. We got a couple more tight ends he can throw it to.
Mm-hmm. 6'6".
Running back.
Yeah. So,
running back.
This is and see, all those guys got to get incorporated, though. They got to learn how we do things in San Francisco first, though. So that takes a while.
Yeah. Yeah, they'll learn. That'll come to them as long as the run game viable. They'll learn. They'll learn on their way.
You know, fam, think about that for a minute though. You think Bobby Turner? I don't know, Bobby Turner. Boy, I don't. I like Anthony Lynn from what I've seen of his work. We got all these new faces, Nodge. I'm really. I had a nervous, uneasy feeling when I was watching that media conference today. I really did. I don't.
Wow.
I can't wait till the first preseason game. I'm not really comfortable with what's going on now. There's just this gloom of everybody, lots of people leaving and new faces. And thinking, how fast can we get this together?
Yeah, but I feel like we got smart people. We got real smart coaches. So all Kyle got to do is tell them what he wants, where they left off at last season. They can pick it right up, add what they like, keep doing what they know. You know.
Yeah. Because they've been together long enough, the guys that are there. You know what? I'm not even slightly worried about the defense. I look for that to even be even better. But offense is a little more trickier, a little more intricate.
The defense is what I'm excited about. I love our defense. I can talk about that all day.
Yeah.
Well, we deep as we ever been at cornerback, at DB. We just need another safety. But other than that, we
set.
It's crazy. We ain't never been this deep.
I'll be back tomorrow looking for you, though. All right?
Okay. All right. That's a bet.
Appreciate you, fam.
All right, Ronbo.
All right. Hey, let's go check in on Eric.
It's like I tell my women, if you ain't got a master's degree, please don't fuck with me.
Boy, you can always tell. You don't even have to say, who is that? That's Jack. Eric is on the phone, though. Eric.
Hey, Rob, can you get back to me real quick?
Yeah, we can do that. He's scared, Eric. All right, Eric. Oh, God. Eric's asking for diplomas. But
Ronbo.
How you doing?
Ain't nothing. What's good with you?
Oh, I'm checking out today's media conference, and because we've been craving for some football, right? And then we get today's media conference, and you know how we do. I'm not sure. Hey, what did you take in the media conference today?
Yeah, I looked at a lot of that stuff. I ain't even seen. I seen Grant.
Yeah.
Grant real conversation.
You know what? I got to tell you real quickly Grant. I think he does this because it does bring. You got to have thick skin, but it brings huge attention. That video could go viral.
People that said his name.
People are saying Javon just lost his damn mind. I can't wait to see this. That video.
It wasn't like that. I think he did it in a nice way, but it was in one of them. I'm intimidating. You know what I mean? And then, as a football player, you got to understand media talks. You can't let that mess you up. Now, if Javon could have did it a way where he didn't touch him, I would love that. I would love that.
Use some style. Exactly. Don't go savage.
You can't touch him because that can change up so much on you. And you being a football star, you're the one going to be in the press. And, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Even when you're in the right a lot of times.
Mm-hmm. The point is, don't bring yourself down that level. Like Jimmy, remember J-Dub had a conference? Yes, he said it with a smile on his face. Yeah, we consider you a little bit of an asshole, but we still, and he went out very calmly and said some other things. But don't go beast mode. No, be sociable. Don't.
Yes.
Javon is very young and he's big, so I can understand how I like the way he said it. I could see what he did. You know what I mean? And if Grant, to me, I'm a male, so if you touch my hat, man, you're gonna have to do something.
Yeah.
Even if I lose, you're gonna have to do something.
Yeah, I can't just walk away from that.
Yeah, you have to talk about that.
But you know what? I do hope the coaches or somebody pulls him to the side. Listen, Javon, a lot of us may feel something similar to what you feel. But what we don't want you to do is conduct yourself like that. And publicly, the image it brings is not favorable for you or the organization, right? So next time, what we wish you would do, and don't take any exception to this, but listen, next time you have an interview lined up with anybody, run it by us first. So let's get an okay or not, okay? Because what you did is not going to be, the conversation's not going to stop on that for God knows how long. And we don't need that kind of distraction, you know?
Mm-hmm. And more publicity, bad publicity on yourself and that, like, because it wasn't an interview. He seen a person, they was on the field, and he walked over on the other side of the field and had not a conversation with him, but one of them stare downs, like, you was talking about me, and I'm right here talking, you know? And he didn't say nothing, I think. You know what I mean? Not like that. He said some things, but...
You mean Grant or Javon?
Javon said some things to him, and then Grant kind of, what you say? What you mean?
Can you blame him? Can you blame him? You know, fam, Javon is what, 6'5", something like that? Somewhere in there, 6'5", 6'6"?
Man. That's a big man. But like I said, you stand on what you say.
I know, but if you got in my face like that, and you know, a lot of people are badass when they're on social media, but if you're standing right next to me and I'm looking, my neck is bent looking up at you, and I can't see from the left to the right where you know.
Don't get sick now, homie. Well, all that Peter Pan stuff he was talking on the phone, you know what I mean?
You know, you suddenly you become real calm and civilized, and you want to be diplomatic and say,
"Listen, let's go. It's up.
You know.
It's right now. It's up.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk no more. It's up. It's popping."
You know, I remember junior high school. There's a dude like that. And that was the first time I got really intimidated, and I apologized early on in that conversation because the dude was breathing fire. His eyes were shooting daggers out. I said, Bobby, man, you know I was just playing, man. You know why you gonna get mad, man? No, man, you know what? You look that time, come talking to me, getting in my face talking. Bobby, man, I'm trying to tell you, I was that dude, man, dude.
Cop the Ronbo.
That could have got ugly quick. I figured that's what Grant was doing. But hey.
Word. That's what he was doing. I was like,
Let us talk.
Tough. I should have got out of played tough because I knew he wouldn't have did nothing. So I would have probably just egged him on a little bit.
You gotta hope he ain't crazy though. You know, yeah. But you know, some people that came over and pulled him off of you. But how long is it gonna take him to pull him? How long is it gonna take him to pull him off you? That dude is huge. Oh man.
You heard that? He was able to pull his off of us. I got $1 million. I'd have had $1 million. Shit.
I know.
But like, no, I was just saying, like, if you say something about people, you can, like he's saying, you can talk towards them and say it like, yo, Kenlaw, I think you could do this, and this better or worse. And not just, you know, have a conversation with a man and then express what you're saying. And then both of y'all should be understanding saying yes or no to it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know what I mean? If you're being scary, the way you say things sometimes is very disrespectful.
Yep.
You know what I mean? You're not saying it as a journalist or somebody helping out the 49er Nation. You're saying it to be a a-hole.
Mm-hmm. And see, but that's his moniker now, and that's how he flies. So I don't expect him to change that. I do expect him to be, as some people are saying in the chat, he's a little shook. You know that feeling, you hear that humming noise in your ear and you're kind of, you know, you're tripping like, I dodged a bullet and I guess I could change my style a little bit, you know?
A little bit. That's what you probably need, just a little bit. Because, you know what I mean? A little bit of change. Just, when you grown man talk about a grown man, talk to him like you talk to him in the face.
The thing is, in this business, though, you actually need to conduct yourself in a way that you know that is going to work in a way that's not going to cause you that kind of feedback. I don't think Grant wants to go through that often, you know.
I think people want that feedback because that's what publicity is. They say,
well, no, yeah,
bad publicity is good publicity is whatever the saying they got, which I don't agree with. But I mean, I think you need to conduct yourself as a businessman, a professional, and everybody else should do the same. Don't start talking slick on no podcast.
Especially if you're gonna run into that person a little later, like Eric Armstead ran into what was that guy? He's in the gym now. Oh, gee, I can't think of his name. Anyway, Armstead's another guy that gets into it with people, and boy, Eric was all over this dude.
You what happened when Ray Lewis fought the dude after the club, huh?
Why would anybody mess with Ray Lewis?
I wouldn't. Listen, I mean, you can understand he ain't probably the smallest dude in the crew. I mean, the biggest dude in the crew.
You can tell when dude's a little bit crazy. Why you want to mess with crazy?
I'm not messing with that dude. I'm good.
And be counting the money I'm gonna get if he smack me. If he smack you in the next year, you ain't gonna be collecting nothing. You can be paying for your funeral. He may go to jail, but you're gone. You gotta be careful.
Yeah,
some dudes
not
grew up.
Situation, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Some dudes grew up a little crazy.
We fight each other too much. We fight each other too much, being haters and all that other stuff.
Yeah.
Listen, enjoy your life.
So I don't know. But, we gonna talk. I'm gonna be back tomorrow. We can talk more football tomorrow. We got all that subject and didn't let it go. We gotta go, fam.
Yeah.
I'll be looking for you tomorrow, though.
I'm trying to call you tomorrow, man. I stay up just to be talking to you, Ronbo, so I will try to do it tomorrow.
Appreciate that. I'll be looking for you, too. All right, fam. Talk to you later.
Right ahead, man. Right ahead. Niner Nation, baby. Night.
There you go. All right. Nighty.
All right, night.
And let's go check out. Hey, Tony.
Hey, Ronbo, that was an interesting conversation.
Tony, because, we were talking about football, and then I just heard that Grant's conducting a conversation with a man that wants to choke him out. Tony, I got to tell you, I knew back in my mind a couple of years ago, I said, Grant's eventually going to say something that's going to get the wrong kind of feedback. Now, when I thought that, I didn't know what I meant when I said that. I thought somebody might verbally come back at him and say something. But Javon Kinlaw, can you imagine, Tony? Tony, this guy is like a mountain walking, right? And now I'm at practice. I got to go out there and talk to these guys all the time. And he walks over, and I walk over to him for reasons unknown, and I ask him a question, and he starts calling me names, spit and fire, and security people, and the rest of the 49ers. Go ahead.
I told you a little while back, Ronbo, that guy's a piece of shit. All right? And someone's going to knock his block off. It's just a matter of time. Right? He's a smart-ass little prick. I can't stand him. He's not professional. You know what I mean? He goes to and from and then changes his mind. He's all over the place. He doesn't know what the bloody hell he's doing. He's an imbecile. Certified imbecile. But I was listening to George Kittle the other day, and I thought, okay, George, what are you trying to say, mate? Maybe you let the cat out of the bag a little bit. He was talking about Trey Lance on this podcast, and he said, oh, yeah, we're ready to go, this, that, and the other. He goes, what if Trey isn't ready? The guy asked him. He goes, well, look, mate, if we have to run the ball 40 times a game, well, bring it on. We'll run the ball 40 times a game. And I thought that's interesting.
I saw that. I got the same feeling. Okay, but Tony, we got to expect there's going to be he's going to take a little time to get into his stride. I think about 5 or 6 games.
Probably, yeah. Mate, I'd have to agree with you there. But the crucial part about that thing, and Shanahan's capable of doing it anyway. The team can carry him. There's no doubt about it. The team can carry him, but Shanahan has to just devise plays so that it doesn't look like the team is carrying him, if that makes sense to you.
No,
you know what I mean?
We've seen him do it. Everybody's seen him do it.
But, yeah, so it just looks like he's having a natural game, But I think the 49ers are capable of doing that. And I thought, by George saying that, I thought, okay, interesting comment to make. Yeah.
Yeah, because George is doing his best to keep it 100. And like the thing is, because people they're always coming at him with these questions about the quarterbacks. The media wants to today even Jimmy Ward, same situation. So how you guys doing back there? Are you expecting different things now that Jimmy's gone? Are you expecting something different that you've not seen from? And obviously you're going to the two different quarterbacks, but the media guy was saying, in a way where it was a little like, well, you don't expect it. So Jimmy says, well, no. Sudfeld's got some things he does, and Jimmy, of course, does. And that's what they wanted to hear. But he did get down on what Jimmy Ward may be the most diplomatic guy to talk to reporters about the quarterbacks there is, and he knows how to handle it. George is very emotional about it, so he can't really do it without trying to come up with little things that pacify whoever asked the question.
And at least, and the other Jimmy G,
doesn't say a word.
I can't remember which podcast I was listening to or whatever it was, but they were saying like that how professional he was by taking Trey Lance under his wing and explaining to him how to take control of the huddle. And I thought to myself, I could just picture Jimmy talking to Trey and saying, "Listen, Trey, this is going to happen to you. I guarantee you. You're probably going to get the guys in the huddle. You're going to try and be serious. And George Kittle's going to. And you're one touchdown behind. You're trying to be serious, and Kittle's going to be cracking jokes in the fucking huddle. You're going to be looking at him going, what the hell's wrong with you?"
and did you get that part where George says, "Yeah, I texted Jimmy and." He hasn't answered me. I haven't talked to him since the end of last season, but, he does his own thing in the offseason. George, you may have pissed him off in the models more than you know. Oh, because Jimmy comes from Tom Bradyville, right? Belichick and Patriot football, where everything is taken real seriously, right? So,
Yeah, but, he's a professional guy. He's never, like some of the media are starting to say now, because they're starting to realise it. He's never whinged. He never whined. He went to help Trey out as much as he could, and that's pretty rare from a quarterback that knows that some other guy's going to take his job. You know what I mean?
Tony, that's why I love this guy. I don't care what anybody says. Jimmy G is always going to be top deck for me. I mean, this dude, 2 out of 3 years, I don't care what anybody says. Even if you don't want to give him any credit, he was on the team as a field general, and we went all the way. We went to the Super Bowl nearly twice. All right, you don't always win the Super Bowl. Some guys go for a long time before it takes until they can win one.
Some teams don't even make it to a Super Bowl.
Yes, So all of a sudden, I'm supposed to hate Jimmy Garoppolo. I'm never going to do it. I refuse to do it. And every now and then I try to remain silent, but sometimes I get drawn into these conversations, and I come in swinging for Jimmy. But I just can't help it. So I back off as much as I can.
Well, Jimmy had a damaged finger. Trey Lance has got a damaged finger now. Do we start hating Trey because his finger's no good?
See.
Anything can happen, you know what I mean? Anything can happen. It's a rough game. It's a tough game. The kid's young, and like you've said on a number of occasions, if people think that he's going to come out there and start slinging it all over the park and throwing long balls, mate, I don't think so. Shanahan's going to keep him in check like his little stepchild until he feels confident that he can release him, and which would be probably halfway through the season, and then all of a sudden,
it'll be
comes
year.
up with a few trick plays.
Yeah,
but he's going to have growing pains. I mean, it's inevitable. It's inevitable. But
it's a complex
I
offense.
think the only thing I could think of, and I was pissing myself laughing in the truck, just thinking to myself, I thought, could you imagine if Jimmy went to the Seahawks?
I
took them to a bloody Super Bowl. Shanahan had to bury himself.
God. That would be the worst thing to happen. And that's why the 49ers aren't interested in him going over there. There's no conversation between the Seahawks and the 49ers about any trades or anything like that.
Well, if they cut him, Ronbo, if they let him go.
See? That's what a lot of people don't think. Just cut him. I said, you guys don't understand the implications, the problems with doing that. You better don't piss him off.
That's dangerous.
Yeah. Unless you're going to get him to sign an affidavit saying, I will not sign with the Hawks.
But then again, you know what the 49ers are like? They might just let him go because they said about all that. They said the same thing about Buckner. You know what I mean? They said, well, we wanted to do the right thing by the man.
But they got something for him. They got a lot for him, right? So that's another story. Tony, look at this. These conversations are too much fun tonight. We ran overtime. Let me see you tomorrow, though. I'll be back tomorrow. Okay.
All right, brother. Shout out to everyone, and see you in the next chapter.
Looking forward to it. Cheers, Tony.
Cheers, mate.
Okay. Now, if that's it, you know, are you guys playing? Because Ronbo Kitlaw's in the chat. Really, Javon, what's up, mate? Stephen Hernandez, thanks for the contribution.
Ronbo.
There he is. Mapu is in here. Lance overthrew a jet sweep. Rosie won Donald Ford. Barack, I know that's you. Who we got a phone? Oh, Eric. Eric, you back? Eric. Eric.
Yeah, Ronbo, no.
Okay.
Ronbo, hold on. This is a public service announcement.
Okay.
This is E.M.A. For the record. But I had a gripe just real quick. You know, Cheat Carroll just got Marquise. I can never catch the damn ball. Good one. So he's off now.
I thought Marquise quit.
I don't know if you knew about it.
No, I didn't.
No.
Thank you for enlightening us on that.
No, he's got a copy of the playbook, and he's gonna go pitch the new, most recent plays to Cheat Carroll because he likes to know what we're running and stuff like that. Anyway,
I'll bet you he went and called Marquise at his house and asked him, "Hey, Marquise, yeah, who's this? Pete Carroll. Pete Carroll. What's on your mind?
Well,
you want to play football?
Marquise will be the first NFL player. I don't know if there's been one, but he'll be the first one to get caught up with sticky gloves, so they'll be disqualified for the year, because he can't ever catch the fucking ball anyway. Anyway, I'm out.
I'll talk to you in a minute. Hey, Jay.
Yo, Ronbo.
Jay, come on in, man.
What's up, man?
Jay, do we wake you up? I love when you do that.
No. I was just like, all this stuff that's happening, today.
I know, right?
Finally, yeah, it's crazy.
Crazy
stuff,
ass thing. Yeah.
I'm gonna just leave that for last. But what's it called? I like Trey's response to him saying that he doesn't give a fuck what the media
about the
says,
media. I know.
Yep. I like that. And he's definitely confident. And I like how he said that. How he doesn't give a shit what the media says, basically. And I feel like he I don't know, improved in some stuff, to be honest with you. Like he looks like he has a fast release, kind of. Like, I don't know.
Did it? I saw some clips. You saw fast release, but there's no pass rush. When you say fast release, what do you mean?
I don't know. Like, the ball comes out of his hand like quick or whatever, and
his finger's feeling better, and that'll help.
Yeah,
help that.
His finger was feeling better and stuff, but he got week 3. I mean, what the fuck? He got hurt in week 3 of preseason against the Raiders. You remember?
It was the Raiders.
Yeah, it was the Raiders. And he literally hit his index finger in a defender's helmet.
I know.
And he did get hurt. He's not lying that he got hurt. And
no,
I'm pretty sure those injuries last a long time. To be honest with you.
Yeah, it was more serious than we knew. Exactly.
Yeah, Russell Wilson actually got a surgery. I'm pretty sure, to repair that or something.
But Trey didn't.
Yeah,
I guess the doctors looked at it and said whether that was necessary or not. So.
No, but I think I don't know. I've seen a YouTube video or something like a couple of months ago, like 5 or 6 months ago, when he
Okay.
got that injury hurt by a professional doctor or some shit like that, and he said what um that injury lasts like I don't know, like a long time to be honest, like 1 year or it could be 3 months or something like that. I don't know, 3 months to 1 year, but that injury is legit, you know.
You
And
know that if that is that kind of injury, that could become arthritic. You can't. He should have had that surgically repaired.
I mean, I don't know about that because the guy is young and stuff. I don't know if he wants to do that.
Well,
he just probably maybe
in the off season, if that finger's still bent, go in there, re-break it, set it so it heals right. That's gonna. You know what? We'll see. I want to see what if he goes into cold weather and that finger starts to act up. That is going to be a problem.
It's not an act though. He said that he feels amazing. He feels good and stuff. So I feel like he ain't lying about that. Oh, and another thing. Yeah, you go right here.
No, I was going to say I got 3 injuries that I didn't have attended to when I first got them back in both high school and college, and now I do feel a little bit of an ache on certain times it comes back. I really wish my wrist, my right hip, and my ankle, you got it. You always think you can just, when you're a certain age, you always think, I'll be all right. You better let a doctor tell you if you're going to be all right or not. So I tell any kid I know, if you got an injury, man, you know what, don't have it checked out. Just to make sure.
And another thing, I think Trey completed like 15 out of 17 passes today, but I know it wasn't pass rush or anything like that. But I think
accuracy,
I heard that,
that's good. That's a good thing. If he did.
I heard that what's it called? He threw mostly to tight ends and was taking the ball down and stuff to tight ends, and I think George Kittle said that he liked it there or something like that.
Yeah, he did say that. George Kittle came in talking about tight ends. George is such a representative. He's representing tight ends everywhere.
But like, I think we had like 7 tight ends in our roster right now, right? Like,
I know, right? All those guys are not going to be there. George better not develop any attachments to those guys because 4 of them are leaving. Hey, as a matter of fact, Jay, who's staying? We picked up that new guy, Croft, yesterday. So you got Croft, and the way Kyle's talking about Dwelly, he ain't going anywhere. George isn't going anywhere. Are we through with Charlie Warner? I'm trying to understand why are you bringing in all these tight ends, Coach?
Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know. I think we need a tight end that could block more because Dwelly didn't really do good at blocking last year. I'm pretty sure.
Well,
not really good, but
Charlie Warner does though.
I mean, yeah, Charlie does, but you seen George Kittle, right? When the reporters asked him about Jimmy, right? He said like Jimmy
didn't respond.
Reply back. Yeah, reply back.
That's really. You see his face?
Sad, Ronbo.
Did you see his face? I know. George is one of them dudes. We all know them. You ever take too long to respond to somebody's text or something? And, when you do get back to them, finally. What, man? Yeah. You know what? I'm busy sometime. You ain't got to be giving me no attitude. What do you want? Now they're not happy with you even more so,
Yeah, but now he has a guy named Trey to respond to him probably now.
Hey, remember Trey did that? Remember a couple months ago? And Trey George was doing something Trey wasn't on participating, and George was all pissed off. Trey called him right away because he knew. George is hilarious with that.
Yeah. But like, okay, my last thing, Ronbo, about Javon Kinlaw and Grant. That was some funny stuff, to be honest with you. Like, I'm pretty sure like 30 minutes ago, they actually talked in his live. Him and Grant were talking, I'm pretty sure. And I'm about to go see that once I finish watching you.
Yeah.
And
I can't wait myself.
What we talked about and what's it called? Grant, he had it coming, to be honest with you, because he does say a lot of, stuff about players, Like, he does talk a lot of shit about players and how they're trash and stuff. I don't know, but I still watch Grant. sometimes like he says some crazy stuff, and I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? You know, but I know I still watch him because he's entertaining.
It's entertaining, yeah. Only thing
he
is,
says some crazy stuff.
you got it. If I'm going to do that, I don't have to go out on the field and walk up on these people. That's the only thing that would worry me, because I'd probably feel safe. Like, well, he's a professional football player. I mean, what's he going to do? Hit me in the mouth? Maybe. You don't know.
Yeah, but Javon Kinlaw, he should just ignore the media and stuff, and use Grant as motivation,
And he did.
Go out there in the field and
I think that's who he was talking about when he said he talked about some of the people who talked about him before he left. But hey, Jake, listen, we're gonna go, and I'm gonna tell you. I'll be back tomorrow, and let's see what develops between now and then. Because I think Javon's getting called in on the rug on this one. I think somebody's gonna reprimand him in the front office. We'll see.
Yeah. Okay. Have a good day, Ronbo.
You too, Jay. And actually, I hope they don't give Javon a hard time about that, right? Because, come on, it's fair game. I mean, Javon's got to learn to relax, but at the same time, don't give him too much static. You got to let the players express themselves. Yo, Eric.
Yo, what's up, Ronbo?
Eric. Man, we're sitting here looking at the media conference today. Our first one was so exciting. It's fun to see the guys standing behind the podium, answering questions again. Eric, what did you take away from that conference?
Well, first off, I want to say, rest in peace to those kids in Texas, also the teachers over there. It's the shooting over there in Texas.
Oh yeah.
I want to say rest in peace to those kids and the teachers. It's a horrible thing.
It is
always. You never want to hear things like that.
Ever.
So my condolences, to their families, and it's a sad day when those things keep happening, especially after what happened in Buffalo.
Every other day. And remind everybody, please be careful. Don't take your eye off anything around public. Be alert. Oh man, it's just gotten so bad.
Yeah. Yeah, but on the 49 things, the Kinlaw thing is Kinlaw, you got to calm down a little bit. Grant does deserve that type of treatment at times, but don't let that guy get under your skin. That's his job. In all seriousness, is to get under people's skins. He gets more clicks. He gets more views off of that. So those type of things drive him. I mean, literally, he says that Kinlaw was apparently kind of rapping to him, calling him a sucker ass, B-word, and apparently Grant says that's one of the highlights of his career. So he's feeding off of this, and he's probably already made a video, and I think the video he did explaining it already has like 20-something thousand views already.
Yeah.
So, that's exactly why he posted it. But the whole Trey Lance thing, his interview, I loved it. I love the Jimmy Ward and have him and Trey have this kind of shit talk, in the locker room. I like that type of that type of talk. They're competing against each other, and I like how Jimmy Ward is kind of taking that initiative to challenge Trey out there. Throw the ball my way. I think since Jimmy Ward sees him as that type of all-pro safety, I think it's going to really help Trey, because if Trey's out there playing against Jimmy Ward and he's not afraid to throw at him, he's not going to be afraid to throw at anybody else. In all seriousness, you're going to see Trey challenge the ball towards people of Jimmy Ward's caliber, and I like that. I like how Jimmy Ward is taking that step. Yeah, it is good training. I like how he's forcing Trey to attack at the top tier players on the field, and once you can rattle those guys, the rest of the team kind of falls apart.
And Eric, did you notice what he said as he walked off the booth? He says, "Yeah," and Fred too. He was a little disrespectful, but still, Fred Warner's been all over Trey since last year too. That's hilarious.
Yeah, but he does say that they're making each other better, and I love that. I did listen to what Kittle was saying, and I still cannot believe Jimmy Garoppolo doesn't text him back. I don't know why he still does that.
Eric, think about it for a minute. You're Jimmy Garoppolo. You're Mr. You could audition for the Superman role next time. we're going to find out about Jimmy. Jimmy is probably romancing like we wouldn't even imagine, you know? He hasn't got time for his boys.
Yeah. But, I mean, it does kind of suck that he can text all the girls and things like that, but he can't.
I know.
The homies.
I agree.
So,
especially how George has backed him up this whole time. Yeah.
Yeah. That's one of the disappointing parts. I was kind of shocked when he said it because he did sound really disappointed when he said that whole thing.
This has been going on for years.
It sounded like it did really bother him. Yeah. And the fact that he hasn't texted him since the last time they were in the locker rooms,
That's in the last season.
I don't know. Yeah, it's kind of I don't want to say toxic, but it doesn't seem like that's I guess Kittle kind of misread the relationship between the two of them, I guess. I don't know.
Well, yeah, but, and also George is very sensitive. I mean, you don't hear anybody else complaining about Jimmy not getting back to him. You know, George is very sensitive, though. I realized that about him a couple of years ago when he was first complaining about that. But Kyle says Jimmy doesn't answer any messages either. But you don't hear anybody talking about it. But Jimmy should stop doing that.
Yeah.
You don't have to ignore everybody all the time.
Yeah. But I was listening to what Kyle was saying about Trey, and it does kind of bother me at times how he doesn't really say anything positive about Trey. He did say that, it's the first 2 days of camp, and I understand that. But, then you hear guys like Jimmy Ward saying, Trey Lance looks more comfortable. And then you hear Kittle say that Lance has taken ownership, especially in meetings. And then there's Kyle just saying, oh, it's the first 2 days. I don't know what to take care of that. I don't know how to look at that. And it's not that big of a deal, but it's those comments that you could make that go a long way with Trey and with the fans too. You don't have to say, you don't have to praise him as the next Mahomes, but just say something positive about Trey. It doesn't have to be, the end of the world. Just say something that it'll get the fans to calm down. Like, he is improving. The coach sees it. Not just, oh, I'm looking at him, but I can't tell.
And give the media something to write about other than nothing.
Yeah, honestly, all it does, if you kind of, give those little praises out there, it just helps you, Kyle. I think just saying, oh, it's the first 2 days of camp, it doesn't help you. I think the media actually does have something to write about. The fact that Kyle Shanahan doesn't want to say anything good about Lance yet. I think that's been heard about this entire time is Kyle can never say anything positive about Trey.
Well,
one thing.
And also there's the fact that I think Kyle, he's developing almost not as bad as Harbaugh. Kyle's starting to have a problem with the media. I think they really pissed him off last year. And now, because he's saying all the time, I don't want to tell you guys anything because if I do, then I say, okay, see, the relationship between Kyle and the media has broken all the way down.
Yeah, I saw people in the comments calling him the next Bill Belichick.
Yeah.
And I could see it. It's starting to look like that.
It is.
But yeah, hopefully, they did say that Lance, I believe, didn't have a helmet during his 7-on-7 training.
He wasn't wearing a helmet?
What was the statue? Yeah, that's what I heard. I believe it was. He went like 17-20, but he wasn't wearing a helmet. Apparently, they were all doing helmetless training.
It's OTAs. I guess nobody's gonna hit you or anything. I still understand that. Yeah, so I never heard of that.
I think that's what Kyle is talking about when he says, I don't know what to look for because he's running around with no helmet and no pass rush. So it does make kind of sense.
Yeah. But you don't need to say that. And to say you don't see anything different, that's the wrong answer. There must be something different. He worked hard this all off season time to have nothing look different. And that's pretty much what Kyle said. Because that's what people ask him. Do you see anything different? No. Hey, guys, it's only first 2 days, guys. Yeah. So. Yeah, and I heard that he was working on his release, and the fact that Kyle didn't really see that. Didn't say anything.
They should have asked him the question, did his release change? And he said, nope, it's the same. And I was like, oh, maybe you should check again because he's been working on it. So, it's hard to hear things like that, but again, it is OTAs. They don't even have the pads. He wasn't even wearing a helmet, so I'm not going to completely get on Kyle until, like he said, until the real football starts in that training camp.
Or at least, training camp starts, and we're padded up, and guys are trying to get in there.
Yeah, and some guys until Trent Williams, the pass rush is coming at him. Deebo's out there, hopefully, I'm assuming he did expect to see Deebo. That's what he said.
Yeah,
so that's a plus. Oh, and I remember him saying that I believe Michael McGlinchey is ahead of schedule. I heard that's what he said.
Him and
so
Javon
that's good news.
are
Hopefully,
looking really, really healthy. That's great. Well, we already know Javon's really healthy.
Yeah.
Hey, Eric, we got to go, Eric. I'm going to be looking for you tomorrow, though, okay?
All right, Ronbo.
All right, fam. Night.
All right, I'll catch you later.
Looking forward. Emilio. Because, see, here's the thing. Grant needs to take lessons from Emilio on how to deal with a large, angry man. That's so funny. That might have been the most hilarious thing that happened today, including all sitcoms and everything else on TV. Grant and Javon. But Emilio, talk some real football first. What do you think of the media conference today? If you want to chime in on the Grant Javon episode, go right ahead.
I haven't seen it yet. I gotta check it out. I just learned about it today. But y'all listening to y'all, so I gotta check it out. And if you did, that's good. You know, Grant called. Sometimes Grant calls or shouldn't be saying. So hey, you got checked by somebody. Hey, that's what you get. If you're lucky, he don't put his hands on you because I would have been too good for you, buddy.
Grant would have got paid though.
And suspended. So.
Mm-hmm.
That's more. I think. Listen, I think Javon was more about getting fined and suspended. So, he just had to scare him a little bit, rile him up. I know they're going to say something to him, but you're not supposed to do that to the media. And they'll try to figure something out.
Well, maybe. How old is Javon? Was he maybe 22, something like that? 22, 20, maybe?
22.
Yeah,
Either way.
They're gonna say, Javon, look, man, you gotta take it easy with the media. Don't go off like that no more, please. So
But then they do it to the players. So I don't know. It's a win-lose situation. They talk bad about players. Some players can't take it. And we go back to the Crown Baby McGlinchey. Oh, you guys are talking about me. Don't do it. You go back to that. So
Emil, you bring up a good point. That's a good point. When's the last time you heard a player, except for Richard Sherman? That's the only person I can think of that went completely off on a reporter.
It's been a while. I know. The only thing I can remember, Marshawn used to do his interviews.
Oh, Lynch. I forgot about him. But he never go off on him. He would just not talk to him.
He would state the fact that, you know what, I have no point in talking to you guys because whatever I say, you flip it anyway.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's hard to say. It's just clickbait. Reporters try to do a job, get money. People to read it, and I say this player sucks. I say this player is good, and you just want to read it and see what the player says. What the reporter says, and then they're all clicking on it, and they're just like, you really believe the story? You don't believe the story? And then everybody's liking it. So it's just.
But it's their job, Emilio. Because the thing is, Stephen A. Smith should be in a coma right now for some of the people he's talked about and said the things he said about him.
He doesn't know sports. He just likes talking. Every time I see him on TV, I change the channel. He does not know sports. People can argue with me. He does not know sports. He's just a shit talker, just like Chuck. He's just a shit talker. He's just lucky he's surrounded by security and everybody else.
He does have a bodyguard, I heard, too. He'd have to.
Exactly. He loves to get his ass off for shit he says. He's just a shit talker. He gets paid to talk shit. It's just if you listen to Howard Stern, what do? You listen to him to talk shit. That's all you're listening to. It's a shit talker that listens to a shit talker talk because it's funny. That's all it is. And they get paid millions. They get paid thousands of dollars just to talk shit about people.
Oh, Stephen A. Smith got a new contract with ESPN last year. Huge. Exactly. Stephen A. Smith's getting paid like a player.
You can pay me millions of dollars, and I can talk to you about somebody and make you mad too.
Because I can afford a bodyguard, a couple of them now, as I'm walking down the street.
But I did like Trey Lance's response. That's F the media basically.
Yeah.
It's about me. I'm about to prove you guys wrong. All the only person I got to prove is for me. So if you guys like it or not, I'm out here to do my job. I'm getting paid to be the quarterback for this team, and that's what I'm going to do.
And he gave him a full detail of everything he was thinking as far as they go. And you guys, I no disrespect. Listen, what y'all think don't matter to me. It's what my teammates think about me and everything else. I'm just out here to get better and better. He went on and on. Look at you. All right. See, that's how you handle it.
That's exactly how you're supposed to respond. And him being a quarterback, he did a great job on that response. Like I said, you go back to McClinton, that's what you should have done. Who gives a damn what you guys think of me? Who cares? You guys are not getting paid. You guys are just getting paid to talk. You can click on somebody to read it.
And then stand up and walk out.
Then come on the
drop
field,
the mic.
And that too. And then, like they said, Richard Sherman, my thing is to show what I can do on the field.
Mm-hmm.
So that's Trey's thing. I'm gonna do I'm gonna show you what I can do on the field. So you guys gonna keep talking bad about me? Watch this. So yeah. I just think Trey should do a great job with this team. I don't see why he shouldn't have why he shouldn't sign with this team.
Yeah, in fact, Emilio, I'm guessing, but I think Kyle, or somebody's going to call a meeting with all the guys on the team. Listen, guys, what took place yesterday between Javon and Grant Cohn, I don't want that. Okay, let's conduct ourselves in a way where we don't draw a lot of attention like that. It's distraction. We all probably have similar feelings about Grant, but we don't need to air them in public. Because
You know what? You know what? I want Javon doing that. He can be our a-hole of the team. Get that. Let him do that. If we find our a-hole. It's Kinlaw. Let Kinlaw be our asshole on the team. You think twice to fuck with that. Oh, forget that. Beat Kinlaw. If that's you, Kinlaw, beat you. I'm with it.
As long as they're playing, as long as they're playing good ball. I don't want energy used up on fighting with Grant or anybody else, though.
No, you can argue, say whatever. You just don't. Hey. Take your anger out on the field. I'm all for it. But like I said, if he wants to be the a-hole of the team, so be it.
Jimmy Ward already said that's his honor. He likes it.
Somebody might take it from me. You never know. Kinlaw might take a spot, buddy. You got to pick and fight some reporters. You pick and fight some players. Kinlaw might take a step on you.
But you know what I like about that? But Emilio, we have a real enforcer. DeForest Buckner was the nicest big man on the planet. DeForest Buckner would not harm a fly. Anybody that's out on that field during this season and thinks they go mess with somebody on that team, and Javon ain't got nothing to say about it, that would be a mistake.
Hey, like I said, times change. You don't know. We had the nice enforcer. Now we're going to have the evil mean mother effer on the team. Kinlaw. You never know.
Well, we had Anthony. But when we had Anthony Davis and the Rhino, boy, I remember them dudes. Boy, they didn't. You did something wrong to Kaepernick, something like that. They would hunt you down for the rest of the game to let you know they did not even enjoy that move. So
exactly. So this might look good. This might look good. So you think about it. So Kinlaw and all them in the protecting Trey. We need that kind of stuff. Protect our quarterback at all costs. You're not going to do our quarterback dirty.
Hey,
So like I said, you kind of need that.
I'm like guys.
He wants to be the a-hole of the team.
Yeah. I like guys like that. Now, if I could just I don't want Trent Williams to get like that because he is like that, but he learned to control himself ever since he slapped the bejesus out of Richard Sherman on that clip. And that was the year that you and I both loved it, Bam! Oh! And Sherman was still standing, still talking, trying to, but his face wasn't working correctly as he was trying to speak, but he was trying to still talk trash.
Well, he might be that kind of one guy. Like, I'm going to still talk shit no matter what. Even if after you, man.
You have to.
I'm like, hey.
You have to. You lost face.
Yeah, you look like a weenie after you look like a weenie after you doing it. So, hey, I give it to Richard.
We got to go. I'm going to be back tomorrow, though. I missed y'all. I couldn't take another day off. I'll be back tomorrow looking for you, okay?
Oh, it's all good. You got to do you. You do you.
Nothing should get in front of football. I hate it. But anyway, I'm gonna get away. I'll be back tomorrow.
Just remember, we're always here for each other.
Thanks, fam. You know I appreciate you too.
All right.
Have a great night. Night, Emilio.
Same here. All right. Good night. All right. Good night.
And we go to 901 in Tennessee. 901. Come on in.
Ronbo, what's going on?
Yes.
It's been a long time.
Who is this?
This is Robert Ronbo.
Who?
This is Robert Ronbo.
Robert,
it's been a minute.
because your voice, it's very familiar, but I'm not talking to you in such a long time. When's the last time we talked?
It's been the last season since the last time I talked to you.
Robert,
every week.
it's been a lot happened between now and this time and that time.
Yeah. I've been watching. My feelings was hurt behind last season.
I know.
You know, I've been watching all the BS, the unfair talk chatter about Trey. The Jimmy, I got so tired of hearing about Jimmy Garoppolo. Oh my God! Can he just please go away?
Well, it looks like he is, and and now we're just waiting to see what the Trey mobile looks like. You know, so we're gonna find out this year, because I don't see Jimmy Garoppolo. Realistically, I make jokes, but I don't see Jimmy coming out there to get potentially hurt, and which would ruin his any potential trade value, because 49ers are serious. They really want something for Jimmy Garoppolo, because he's gotten too much done. Because Robert, you don't go to, and no matter what anybody says, you don't go to the NFC Championship game twice in 3 years, and that quarterback, you can't get lucky like that twice. You might get lucky like that once, but twice. So the 49ers have every right to ask for something in return for Jimmy Garoppolo. Otherwise, that's like giving away a new car, and I barely drove it.
At some point, though, Ronbo, we got to be honest with ourselves, and for real. The train has passed for us to get a good, decent offer for Jimmy Garoppolo. The best that we're going to get out of Jimmy Garoppolo is a third-round pick, and we know how this is going to happen, and I don't see that happening. Either you go, or somebody gets hurt and doing training camp, and
I think that's what they're hoping for. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, that might be.
I don't want to hope on put my hopes on somebody getting hurt. Like, I'd rather not even think about.
No, I mean on another team.
I put our stock in the Trey, and you know what I'm saying. We should be concentrating more on Trey. Anything we get for Jimmy Garoppolo will be a future. You know what I'm saying. Something in the future. It won't be.
It have to be anyway now.
You know what I'm saying. At this point, that'll help us or help Trey this year. So you know what I'm saying. I enjoy watching Trey take the reins and the way he approached the media and talked to the media today and let them know. Give up, flying. What you think?
I know that was pretty special. And because the media has been working pretty hard. I have said things about Trey, but my only thing was I haven't seen enough Trey yet to know what he's gonna bring to the table. But the media is just working him really in a nasty fashion. So in this case, Trey should have lashed out at him. Media people, they need to change their style. A lot of people now, when you see Javon and Grant going through what they're going through, that's a little bit harsh. I didn't expect anything like that. But a lot of media people take freedom and just say whatever they want to. There could be consequences sometimes. Don't be just bad-mouthing people,
Now, my thing is, my only thing with that is Kittle, as long as he's not putting his hands on him, cool.
Yeah.
Chatter, do all the talk to him however you want to talk to him, because he drug Kittle out through the mud since Kittle has been drafted. Since we drafted Kittle, Greg Cohen has been hard on dudes. So, hey, you give it back to him, but let's do it in a controlled setting. Don't fall into that trap and put your hands on him.
I know.
You have a simple battery assault against you.
Oh, it could be bad. The league would have to suspend you. There'd be conversations as to whether you could continue to be in the NFL. It could get really nasty. Yeah.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? And you don't, even when he's at the podium, he don't seem too inviting. So we know what it is, a large black man that's not, well, let's not go down that road.
Well, no. But you know what? You said it. I was already thinking it. You can't, for that reason, too, because if Mike McGlinchey knocks Grant out, one thing's going to happen. But if Javon Kittle knocks Grant out, it's another story. I worry about that because we're conditioned to believe that may be the case, you know. So I don't know. That's not neither. Nothing like that's going to happen. But you do entertain that type of thinking. I did.
Right. If you going as far as smacking his hat off his head, you know.
Even that's not going to be seen favorably, you know. You can't put your hands on people.
No, you can't. Yeah. But you know, other than that, you know, they say Trey performed pretty well. I'm excited about Danny Grove. You know, the new speed receiver we got.
Gray.
They say Danny. He actually plays as fast as he looks.
Yeah, Ayuk said he can fly. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
and I don't know if anybody said it, but I really like what I heard from Brandon Ayuk today. Like he's matured. Like he understands where he fell short at, and he see how he can correct himself and help the younger guys at the same time. So you know, I'm excited about Brandon. Yeah. I think he's gonna have a breakout season. We may have 1A and 1B this year.
Well, you know, Deebo, this is the nice thing about it. We have the best wide receiver room we've had since Kyle Shanahan showed up. Now it is fully stocked. You got a speed dude. You got an all-around dude. You got a route runner. You know, and
Juwan Jennings, been asking for somebody to clear out.
Yeah, and I've been wondering, Juwan Jennings, I don't know where to put him in the mix. But, see, 1, 2, 3, 4. You got Ray, 5.
I think Ray gonna shock us. I really think Ray gonna shock us. You know,
I'm not gonna be surprised. You know, I got a feeling that Ray Shannon's gonna use him in a number of ways. Can you imagine jet sweep Deebo coming around one side and Ray coming around the other? Whoa!
I already saw that. That's nasty. I watched a lot of these highlights, a lot of film on he, you know. With the right help, I think he can be, you know.
He could probably be amazing.
He can be something in his offense.
I'll tell you what.
Think about you.
Robert, we're out of time, though. Robert, I'm gonna be back tomorrow, though. But I hope you got time for me tomorrow. I'll be back tomorrow. Okay.
Okay.
All right, Phil. Have a good night. And let's go out Atlanta way with the Falcons' main man, Tony. Hey.
Mr. Ronbo, good evening. How are you?
Tony, it's a great evening. Football is officially underway. As the guys have laced up the cleats and rolling around on the field. And a day with not minus drama, though, stuff you didn't expect. And, you know, I want Tony, is anything comparable around the league that you've been paying attention to that media conference-wise? Because Kyle came in being the room, you could see icicles forming around the room. So, Coach, did you see any differences in Trey today? No. Any blah 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 blah? No. Okay, well, thanks, Coach. You know, Kyle. Now I'm trying to compare Kyle to Bill Belichick. Belichick, you know, Belichick is. This is really nothing to talk about. So, yeah, next question. Hey, Bill, you didn't answer that question. So, Kyle is starting to get bothered by the media.
We're on the Cincinnati.
Yeah, you know, Kyle's starting to get bothered by the media, I can tell. They pissed him off last year, and I guess this year Kyle's ready.
Nothing happened with us today. Today was our first day of OTAs.
Yeah?
I didn't see a press conference or nothing. Usually we see a film clip or something. We didn't see anything today.
Is that normal?
No, I think Arthur Smith is just trying to keep things hush-hush for now. Just trying to get the guys in, get their legs loose. And the only thing that I've heard ever since Thursday of last week, Colin Cowherd every day, Ronbo, is talking about Jimmy Garoppolo.
I know. The Panthers, the Panthers, is there any other team in the mix? I think Panthers the only team left. This is why I got to tell you. I'm with, what's his name, from MMQB. Jimmy Garoppolo's not leaving that team.
You gonna pay 2 quarterbacks?
No. Okay, the kid that they just drafted is not going to be on the team. The 49ers, I really do think, and people are going to flame me for this, I really think they want to stay with Trey. Trey's going to start the season. Garoppolo's going to be sitting on the bench with a clipboard helping out. But the thing is, we cannot go immediately into losing mode. Kyle's just trying to figure out if this is what's going to work. If Trey comes out there and they're winning right off the bat, okay. But if we go 0-4 or something like that, the rumbling will start. Because I figure the 49ers figure they can lose up to 7 games, right? And still get in the playoffs. If we start out like 3-2 or something like that, Jimmy's got to go. He's out of here, right? Because that means Trey's going to be able to run the offense. We're okay. But I really believe the 49ers could have got rid of Jimmy if they wanted to. I don't need a second-round pick or a first-round pick. Hell, give me a fifth-round pick. I got to get him out of here. And I want him to go to a place.
We traded our all-pro quarterback for a third-round pick. And Matt Ryan's 8th quarterback in league history in all statistical categories. And we only got a third-round pick for him.
See? And Shanahan is, and I got a feeling, and I think he's a little nervous. He's only won in San Francisco when Garoppolo was on the field. No matter what anybody says, that is the bottom line. And I know the backups weren't worth a damn, but the fact is, I don't know if it's a lucky charm, if he just, his looks distract the other team. I don't know. But the 49ers win when Garoppolo's on the field.
But you guys are just an injury away. Because I remember one year Michael Vick broke his leg. We had to get a replacement for him.
Mm-hmm.
A preseason injury away from trading Jimmy Garoppolo. Mm-hmm. Because the Cleveland Browns, the other piece of news I heard, they are even lowering their ante to try to get rid of Baker Mayfield. Nobody wants him. Nobody wants him.
This is why.
But I tell you what, a team is just a preseason injury away
from getting one of them.
Calling you guys about Jimmy.
And that's, you know what? And that's what, I think that's what the 49ers are banking on. But it's going to break their heart if they have to let him go for free. Just cut him. Because now he's his own free agent. There's going to be teams, there's going to be several teams, and contrary to what 49er fans believe, there's going to be a number of teams talking to Jimmy Garoppolo, no doubt about it. Because the bottom line is, when Jimmy plays, you're probably going to win. I don't know what it is, but that's going to be the case. If the team's got any kind of team and any kind of defense, he's probably going to win. He's one of those guys.
But I'm wondering who that team is because everybody's pretty set at quarterback.
That's true.
Detroit Lions, but
Jimmy won't. If it's up to Jimmy, he won't go there. He's not going to go to a situation on his own where he knows the team's just not up to snuff.
Yeah, and Ryan, Ronbo, the chat has been so cool today. No bacteria today, even though ready to go and they're still in there, but everybody's ignoring them, including myself. We're ignoring them, Don Burr. We're ignoring them bumps today.
See, that's they feed off that energy. They love it because mission accomplished when they do that, But yeah, hey, you know what though? No reports at all out of your camp? Because I mean, you guys got some players that I'm curious. How about your running back and?
Nope. I'm just anxious to see Algiers play because Ronbo. I was saying to my chat tonight, one of my chats tonight, I said, I am not comparing this young man to this Hall of Famer. His running style is not like him, but when Trey Algiers finishes a run, Ronbo, he reminds me of Walter Payton. Oh, you got to just look at the film.
You know what? Since you last told me that, I've not checked it. I want to see that,
Watch how Algiers finishes a run and how number 34 finishes a run. Like we were talking to Adrian Peterson, they dish out punishment right at the end of that run.
Still driving the knees up. Even the man got a grip on him. He's still surging forward,
Yes, sir. You're going to hit me, but I'm going to hit you right when you hit me.
You got me? I got you. So you got me? This ain't over yet. I can see you talking. That's when you see that trash talking.
Yes, sir.
Better get some help over here, son.
But Ronbo, Mr. Kinlaw, is everything all right with Mr. Kinlaw?
I don't know. I think there's going to be some repercussions. Probably by tomorrow, we'll probably hear more. Because I don't think the 49ers want our people conducting themselves in that fashion. Because you can't spend any energy. Because if everybody that Grant Cohn has riled up on our team jumps at him like that, we're going to have guys doing that every day. Can you imagine Jimmy Garoppolo and Grant Cohn in the same restaurant by accident? Nobody's talked about Jimmy like Grant Cohn. Jimmy's sitting here eating, wipes his mouth. Excuse me, I'll be right back. And then we see Jimmy Garoppolo for the first time, because Jimmy's about this dude. If you see an ice cube in a dictionary, there'd be the definition of an ice cube. There wouldn't be an ice cube. There'd be Jimmy Garoppolo. Jimmy has nothing to say about nothing. I mean, Grant Cohn's talked about him like he had a tail. I mean, you got George Kittle complaining because he won't answer his text. Jimmy does not care. And if he gets traded, he wants out of San Francisco, I can tell.
Well, I'm not wishing this on anybody either, but what if Tom Brady got hurt when he was out for the year? Who's Brady's backup?
That's a good question. I don't know. That's funny, because Jimmy would thrive in that kind of offense. What a lot of people don't understand is Kyle's offense is run heavy. I don't know. Belichick even said it himself. I wouldn't have used Jimmy like that. Quarterbacks get into a rhythm, timing, everything improves if they're throwing a little more often. Kyle doesn't allow for throwing. He wants to run the ball. So I think whatever team Jimmy goes to next, he's going to be able to actually run the offense a little bit more, put more emphasis on him rather than just run the ball, run the ball. Okay, let's throw the ball on this down. Because Kyle Shanahan, his brilliance is not really, it's not a lot of heavy lifting on one position. You know what I mean, because you saw him work. Everybody's got to do their job. And then, of course, his offense is excellent. Yeah.
And Alex Mack, is there any clarity to if he's coming back or not?
He refuses to say. Maybe he told Kyle, I don't know what he's doing. I don't even know if he's still on Ireland or not.
Maybe John Lynch and Kyle ought to call Alex Mack and say, hey, let's go have dinner and talk.
Well, Alex is going to know what they're up to. So he's going to say, listen, guys, I know what you want. There's no point in doing that. Listen, give me 24 hours. He's going to stall him or something. I don't know what he's thinking. I don't know. I can't imagine.
Well, hopefully he comes back, because I miss him in Atlanta. I'm not going to lie. I was mad when he left, but I know how the business goes.
And we need him so bad this year. Oh, my God.
Yes, sir.
You put Trey in there with a rookie quarterback. I mean, Trey in there with a rookie center or anybody that's not very good. Oh, my God.
I want to see what this rookie running back for you guys do, the Tyron Davis Price.
Yeah.
I want to see what he does. Give him some carry, see what he does.
He's going to get some. I look forward to that, too.
He might make Trey Sermon extendable for 1 year experience.
Come on, Tony, don't pick on Trey. There's already bets out on whether Trey Lance is going to be able to crack this team. Some people, he'll be number 3. Number 3. Also, Davis Price makes the team along with Elijah Mitchell. And you think there's a couple other guys. We'll see. Tony, I got to go. So listen, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'll be looking for you tomorrow, okay?
Yes, sir. It's been kind of a quiet night in the league. And I'll see you tomorrow. And I'm glad those knuckleheads in the chat have been behaving, because everybody's been ignoring themselves.
They'll be back. They'll be taking a break. They did this the other day or last week. All right,
I'll
Tony.
see you tomorrow night.
Looking forward to it. Have a great night. And Victor A says that's because Jimmy does exactly what Kyle wants him to do. I can see Trey dancing a bit in the pocket. Some people see it. A lot of people don't. Jimmy is following instructions to the letter. He doesn't bucket. He doesn't go renegade. He is anything but Tom Cruise. He ain't nobody's maverick. He does exactly what he's told, and it's gotten him into big trouble. Hey, yo, Ellis!
Ron Bizzle.
Ellis, what did you take from today's press conference?
It was a whole lot of. It was a whole lot of. I don't know. The guys would just seem like they were a bit. I don't want to say combative, but were a little snarky. If I'm being conservative with the
media.
With the media a bit. I like what Trey said. I think that was it was a perfect response. He was very, polite, concise, and it was a humble yet direct response. You know what I mean? So I like Jimmy, coming in there, spicing it up. You know what I'm saying? Jimmy's always like when Jimmy comes through.
The polished vet.
Ward, that is, yeah. And then George, he does his thing, and I hear him throw out that when you trade up, and you have to give up 3 first-round picks for a guy.
Writings on the wall.
Keeps throwing that shit. He keeps throwing that shit out there. So George is kind of, I don't know. He seems like I was like, I was proud of him. He invited him to Titan University. Then he keeps bringing up the 3 first-round picks. It's like, well, why do you keep highlighting that? If you're inviting them to this and doing that, and you guys are at the games and you're pro Trey, then why are you still, highlighting that specific thing?
George
talking about the Niners trading 3 first-round fucking picks.
He doesn't know what to do.
He's still a little salty there.
He is waffling.
A little salty there, George.
Well, did you hear also what he said when he says he's 50-50 with who starts the season? Now, what was it? Well, George doesn't know when to stop. George, unless somebody asks you about that, why are you let this alone now? You don't want to be bothered with this question all the time, and that's why you're a magnet. That's why they keep coming to you with these questions.
Yeah. No, that was a little iffy, but Kyle actually gave. That was the first time I ever heard him, really sounding like he, is on board with the Jimmy thing. But maybe that could have been just smoke and mirrors. You know what I mean?
He's been saying that the whole time. He's been saying that the whole time.
But today was a little more direct and a little more honest about the Jimmy situation than he's ever been. Kyle's always played possum. He gives little tidbits. He doesn't really get direct when it comes to the shit regarding the quarterbacks. Even last year when he knew he was going to start Jimmy, he still was kind of straddling the fence until he got later on. But he would say, well, Jimmy's our starter and Jimmy's, blah, blah, blah. But now it's kind of like he's breaking away from the Jimmy thing more than he ever has been.
Yep.
That doesn't mean that Jimmy's going to be gone. To me, I believe it when I see it. I still don't believe.
Well,
I don't know yet.
He left that opening. He left that opening now. He said, "There's no guarantee we're going to be able to trade him, but we're looking to trade him." What does that mean, Kyle? Why did you either trade him or just leave it? Just do it. You guys, what are you doing? Stop kidding us.
If they pay him all that money to keep him, I'm okay with him. Obviously not starting, but how much of a fuss would that make, or headline would that make to have a $26 million paid fucking second string quarterback? Like that's not gonna bode over well for the entire league and all the spectators and fans, and that's just. So they have to do something. If they're going to keep Jimmy, he's going to have to take a pay cut. He's going to have to. I'm not saying that that's what I want. I'm saying if that's what they do, they're going to need to make it a little more feasible. So then if they do keep Jimmy, no matter who starts, I'm just saying hypothetically, at least we know that we got him for a cheaper price than what we had him contracted at prior.
But,
You know what I'm saying? So,
but if you restructure him, you got to give him another. You got to add another
you
year
got to give
to
him
his
another
deal.
year.
You know what though?
Absolutely.
Kyle also said something that if he stays, we expect him to come in and he used the word compete. Now, what did he mean by that? I don't know. Because like what we're seeing now is he refuses to name Trey as his starter day one, but then he says that. I really think there's a very strange thing going on here with that whole situation. If Jimmy comes in and competes against Trey, it's still not fair to Trey. He hasn't got enough experience and time in the NFL to actually beat Jimmy out. So if you want Trey to start, you're gonna have to get rid of Jimmy. You're not. If you have him compete, you're gonna be right back where you were last year. Jimmy knows too much, and the team knows him. So you can't expect Trey to come in and upend that. You know, it's a mess. So you really do need to get rid of Jimmy if you're going to do this.
Yeah. That's what's going to need to happen. So I'm anxious to see what they end up doing. You know, I see the Texans and Seattle and the Panthers still in the folders. You know, just as teams that could potentially need, you know, a quarterback to add to their roster. You know, a quality quarterback. You know what I mean? And I mean,
$26 million is a lot, though. I mean, the Texans, they got a guy they kind of like.
He's going to have to get restructured. Look, he needs to cut it out. He's already got $100 million, bro. That's all you're going to get.
Well, it wouldn't be up to him.
You got $100 million. Like, chill out.
You know, it wouldn't be up to him.
You got Safeway. You got all these. Not Safeway, Subway, and all these other things
no, the
that
problem
he can
is,
make money off of.
He hasn't left the team yet. If I'm the owner, I got to make a deal, right? So it's the dealing that goes on between the teams. You know, I guess you could ask Jimmy if he take a pay cut, and then his agent will probably say no. You know, because Jimmy's not going to have anything to do with it. Because the agent's going to lose money.
Well, don't play
if Jimmy takes a cut.
Well, nobody's going to sign you. Then you're going to have to sit out the 2022 season then.
But the 49ers want something back in return. They'll bend whoever they can. Or the 49ers will saddle up
they're gonna have
some
to
of the costs.
they're going to have to eat some of the money. Yeah. So, you know, I mean, make up your damn mind already. Just get to it. You know, that's where I'm at with it. But anyway, so the rest of the rookies are looking good. Well, at least Danny was, and I didn't hear much about the defense. They did 7-on-7. You know, Javon doing what he did to Grant. I mean, he's got to calm down. I mean, Javon looks like the type that he'll put it all on the line. Yeah. And those aren't the kind of people that, you know, you want to pester and mess with and stuff like that. And Javon, at the same time, you know, you don't want to throw your NFL career away behind a sports writer who gets paid to, you know, do what he does. And this is, I mean, he's got to be bigger than that. He's got to calm down, because if he becomes an NFL player who gets fined for beating up a damn reporter, I mean, he's going to ruin his opportunities. He's going to start heading down a dark path. And, you know, I mean, all for what? You get drafted in the first round for this shit?
You know,
he's got to calm down, man. He just got to calm down. Let him run his mouth.
Would it
Get
take
down
to
on
get
the
Javon
field.
Kinlaw off of that man?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, shut Grant up by playing on the field. Just get down on the field. Go all in, and just go hog out on the damn field, man, and you'll shut him up and he'll be quiet, because he said his words plenty of times.
But here's the thing: is this going to change Grant? I can't wait to see in the days ahead if Grant changes his approach. we got to go though, fam.
He needs to. He needs to. And shout out to you garbage-ass Seahawks, man, for taking our leftovers again. You know what I mean? Marquise Goodwin, you know, I mean, he could never catch the ball. My son can catch better than Marquise Goodwin. He's 8 years old. He's got better hands than Marquise Goodwin. You know, but, Cheat Carroll, you ain't shit, and we get it, and we understand. So let's just get ready. That's one team, more than the Rams, I still want to smash on the Seahawks. You know, I want to, we need to double it, not 6 feet. We need to do 12 or, 36. We need to go deeper. You know what I mean? Let's put them away this year, for real.
All right, fam. I'll be back tomorrow, and let's see what happens between now and then.
Right on, fam.
It's getting crazy.
Yeah. Shout out to the Niner faithful. Thank you, Brother Ronbo, for the platform, man. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe. You know where you at.
Appreciate you, fam.
Still waiting on Ready to Go to start his channel, you know what I mean? So we can all go in there and check him out and see how he's doing. Ready to Go and Marketing Pro. We're waiting on you guys to start a platform, man. We're really eager because we're y'all stinking up the joint, man. You know,
Shout out to the squad. All right, Ellis. I'll see you tomorrow, Phil.
sardines and tampons. Get up out of here. Anyway.
Yuck. Night. Oh, my God. And there he is. Hey, yo, fly guy. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, Tony. Tony Nuggets. Tony. Tony says, whoo, boy. It's a lot of Kittle on Grant Code. It should be paid for pay-per-view or should it be PG or I don't know. R? Hey, fly guy. Fly guy. Fly guy. Did Fly Guy pass out? Well, all right. Javon. Somebody. Javon, come on in. Is that from,
Ronbo?
There he is. Hey, Javon, come on in, man.
You hear me all right?
I hear you clearly. Yes.
What's going on, man?
You know, we're just sitting up here and taking in the media conference of the day since we haven't had one in a long time, and you know, some things that you can draw conclusions from. Because the 49ers press conferences always just make you think. Because they won't, they're not telling you all full truths. I mean, Trey hasn't gotten to the point he knows how to do that yet. He just tells the truth. You can tell whatever. You can see sincerity. Trey doesn't know how to BS people just yet. So he probably the only real. Let's see, who else talked today? Ayuk was probably on the real. Yeah. Only the veterans came in talking, you could tell. Jimmy Ward was having fun. Kyle Shanahan, everything Kyle said was to be questioned. I mean, Jamal, what did you think of today's conference?
Yeah, they all fed up with all these, these BS power rankings. FPI got us ranked below the what was it, 20? They had us ranked at 23 or something like that.
Oh, not even the top 20. I'm not even seeing. I'm glad I have it. God, that's just. Oh man.
So all this stuff is definitely feeding into them, and all they could do this whole offseason is just look at it. And so now we got OTA starting. Thank God day one had no visitors, and then you got day two going on, and the field just came out with everybody is what it seems like. I really like how Jimmy Ward's been running his mouth.
And Jimmy calls himself the bad guy, but Jimmy, he smiles and jokes too much to be a real bad guy.
Oh yeah, definitely. He's and what he definitely said he could back it up. So he's definitely.
Well, then that's the thing I like the most, and he's right. He said some things he could have did better on, and he plans on doing so. He talked about some plays he left out on the field.
And that's how you do it. You keep it professional that way. You recognize when you're in the wrong, recognize when you can definitely improve. So I really like that on Jimmy. Now with Kinlaw, that guy, he was doing something.
You know what? Hey, Javon, when you not knowing Javon like we didn't until I know Javon. I feel like I know him better now than I did last year. Did you know he was capable of getting mad like that? When a big man like that has a bad temper, ooh, that's scary. If Grant needs to walk real light with him, don't keep messing with him because he's mad as hell when he left last year. Remember when he said, "I'm gonna be back to prove some of y'all," he was really pissed off. I don't know. I didn't know he was talking mainly. I think he's talking mainly to Grant.
Oh yeah, he's definitely to the fan base too. I've seen him on, he be on IG replying on these comments and all this type of stuff. He really gets upset hearing all this, especially when he was sitting down injury. So.
I'm glad I've always been a hardcore supporter. I ain't never said nothing bad. Javon, you know, man, me and you, man, you ain't never gonna hear me talking no trash about you, big man. No.
Big time. Yeah, he was definitely real upset off of. You can't really tell if Grant was telling the truth or not. He said he smacked his hat off and it hit, and then he made that weird comment saying it hit dude in the face, and he might have an injury or concussion or something. He said, and I was like, what the heck is he saying?
I gotta see this.
Kinlaw said that wasn't even true. That was all just.
I hate to laugh.
It seemed like he was just trying to pull some.
I'm not seeing this yet. You could be right. to say they smacked the hat off my head and I may have some injuries, that'll draw attention. Not the first thing I want to do is see his face. Is there any bruise on there or anything? Did you look at it yet?
Oh yeah, I seen it. No, he said that the hat hit someone that was next to him. And he said that guy may have gotten a concussion or something like that.
Okay, what kind of hat was
concussion or it was a concussion or injury. I got to rewatch the video.
No,
he said something close to that.
What kind of hat was Grant wearing?
Was that like similar to the one you got on right now?
How would that cause a concussion? These are made out of fabric.
Right. So you could tell he's just trolling Kinlaw a whole lot to begin with. So
he shouldn't. What?
So he's
Javon,
definitely been baiting the man.
Would you troll a man like Kinlaw, especially knowing next week I'm going to be out on the field, and who do you think he's going to be looking for out of the media people when they open that door? First thing he's going to do, hey, suck it. You know he called him, right? Now you can start that all over again? Why would you want that?
Right. And he was going over the top, even if it's true, whatever he's saying, there's some things you don't really want to say that. Like he was like saying like, oh, he was in the training room. He's the king of the training room. He's always in the training room, not on the field. And then Kinlaw said like, yo, he never seen me in the training room. Like I don't get what he's saying. So it just sounded really weird. There's definitely it's back and forth. Somebody lying, it's hard to tell. So. Big mess.
I just don't know I just don't know why do you go stepping across that line? Take it. No other reporter gets into altercations like this with the team. Nobody. It's a good thing it's not the Warriors. Can you see Draymond and Devon are a little bit alike when it comes to that? Don't talk too much because they'll come after you.
Oh yeah. Draymond has that big history. Hopefully Kinlaw doesn't develop something like that. But I mean, I could see this being like the last straw. I could see him just fixing up his antics from here and being definitely a whole lot more professional from here on. So hopefully that's what happens. Because we need him out. We definitely need him on that D-line.
And I suspect Chris Kasurik and company are going to go talk to Javon. Hey, we heard about you and Grant the other day. Listen, Javon, you know what? We probably all kind of agree, but listen, we really wish you could conduct yourself. Be a professional, okay? I understand your anger, but you got to back it up a notch and just take it all with a grain of salt. He's going to do what he does. That's what he's been doing that before you came here, and that's just what he does. So don't fall into that, Go down that rabbit hole, and the first thing you know, you're on top of his plate of things to do each and every week. You don't need that. We don't need that. We want you to play football. We want to win football games. This is what our priorities are. Explain to him, listen, don't get into it, Grant. Just don't.
Right. I guess last question for me, Grant. I'm sorry, Ronbo.
Go ahead.
Do you think Alex Mack gonna return? Or
no. If I had to bet money right now, I'd bet against it. I don't think he's coming back. Because if he's coming back, he would have said so. Why do you have to wait till this long? But what I don't appreciate about this is, Alex, come on, don't be selfish. Look, we could have done something else if you weren't going to come back. We might have went after another center or any number of options. But we were hoping, we had faith that you'd come back. And you're going to tell us at this particular time that you're not coming back? That's wrong, man. You need to play for us no matter what now. And the Alex said, and now you got a problem.
Oh yeah,
so,
we got a whole bunch of running backs. We got some pretty good offensive weapons now. Danny Gray, definitely expect some good things for him. Even this year,
I definitely do. He's speed. Well, Javon, always a pleasure to talk to you. I'll be back tomorrow, and if you got some time, come on over and let's talk. Okay.
Yeah, appreciate you for having me on, Ronbo.
Always a
pleasure. Shout out to the faithful.
Thanks, Javon.
Looking forward to this season here.
Yeah, it's already underway, finally. All right. Have a great night, Javon. And check out Fly. Is it Fly Guy? Let's see, we call it Fly Guy. Last time we missed Fly Guy. Fly Guy. I heard some noise. Maybe he's having control problems. Maybe come back to Fly Guy. It sounds like he's having a. Hey, George! Boom, 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 boom. George!
Ronbo.
George. Today's press conference, George. Your feeling on what took place during that press conference today. So anything you want to pick out in particular that stood out?
I still haven't seen it fully. I saw Trey Lance, which was pretty good.
Yeah, it was. I love the way he handled that.
Himself, and I love the way he handled that. So, but other than that, I wanted to let you know, Ronbo, my brother moved out to North Carolina last year, so now I'm gonna go visit him and watch the Panthers game at the same time. He's also a 49er fan, so
you gotta wear your colors. Yeah.
Oh, of course. You know we'd be doing that. But yeah, also if Jimmy does go to the Panthers, that's going to be a really good game to see.
Wouldn't that be funny?
Because I've been a supporter. I've been a supporter of Jimmy.
Oh, that's what I'm saying.
And
if you're
now
at
that
that
it's
game,
Trey Lance, I'm gonna be a supporter of Trey Lance. And if Trey Lance goes down and Brock Purdy got to come in, I'm also a fan of Brock Purdy.
Wait, George, you think Brock Purdy's going to beat out Sudfeld?
Yes, just because of the age. I know it was like a lower school or something, but I mean, you see the talent there.
And Brock Purdy,
the few things I saw, but I wouldn't say he's a starter. But it's like,
substantial.
Every rookie always has a potential, you know. So
well, I saw his clip.
There can be potentials. Let's make it happen. So
it was interesting. I saw that clip.
So,
George
but yeah, I do feel like I feel like it's gonna be Trey Lance, QB1, and then Brock Purdy number 2, and that would be sweet. That would be sweet because, And also, Ronbo, remember I called in. I haven't called in a while, but the last time I called in was before the draft, and I told you let's get Jason Poe. I was like, Jason.
Did you mention Jason Poe?
Okay, I'll take a look. There's footage. There's archives. Ronbo archives. So it's there. But I thought they would get him like 5th or 6th round. I mean, he went undrafted, but I hope he pans out because I had my faith in that dude. But if he doesn't make it, then oh well. Then I did a bad choice.
I think Kyle's going to keep him because he can use it for a lot of gimmick moves. That dude has flexibility. He's got speed. And on top of that, he's got huge size. So, Kyle's going to figure out a way to use him. I got a feeling he ain't getting cut. No way.
And also, my take on Grant Cohn, like I said, if Trey Lance starts to fail, he's gonna jump on the Brock Purdy wagon. He's gonna treat Lance the way he treated Jimmy. You know. So.
Well.
But other than that, I have faith in Trey. We're gonna get there, Ronbo. We're gonna get this ring this upcoming year. They're doubting us already, and we have to, man.
No, we really need to because, the window's going to close. The 49ers right now have about a 3-year window, between this year, next year. Because the guys we got, some of them are going to get to the point where they're not going to be as efficient as they were, say, this year, right? And then you got the guys, they're going to need to be paid. And at some point, we're not going to be able to pay all of them. So,
of course.
It's going to be interesting to see how this works out. So
we'll see. Yeah. So I haven't called in for the same reason, Ronbo, that I want to let this flow over, see it as in the season's over. We're gonna start over, because why get ahead of ourselves, Yeah. So once week 1, that's the true destination right there. If we take week 1, let's go on that competitive road, man, and get this ring.
And remember, we can, no matter what.
We all want this, right? We all want this. No matter what QB, what wide receiver whoever it is, we all want that ring.
Yeah.
So let's go get this.
Yeah, and you got the right coach. And like George Kittle says, if he is starting to stutter, or anything like that, one thing we do, we run the ball, and we can run the ball. So we'll be all right. Anyway, all right, fam. I will be back tomorrow. George, if you got time, I'm looking for you. All right.
For sure. Have a good one, Ronbo.
You too. I'll check out on Fly Guy again. Fly Guy. Fly Guy. If Fly Guy's out there, he would have definitely answered. Yeah, because he's always like standing by waiting. Okay, so hey Brian, is Ronbo hanging out with Dak Prescott too?
Ronbo Slice.
I've been accused of being a Cowboy fan. Brian, come on in, man.
What's going on, brother?
Man,
Can I tell you something right quick, Ronbo? Can I tell you something real quick, brother? Real quick.
Go ahead.
Did you see the interview with Grant Cohn?
Everybody's talking about
Javon Kinlaw?
Not yet. I'm going to go see it later.
They just did one. No, they just did one just now live. Did they tell you about that one?
Again? Oh, I heard about the other one.
No, Javon Kinlaw came on his show. You see that?
Okay, that's what everybody's talking about. Yeah.
Man. Bro. Javon Kinlaw lost it, man. He lost it. Bro, I didn't even think NFL
I did hear about you don't know me.
Man, he said a whole bunch of things. He said, I can't wait for you to see it. He said a whole bunch of things. I know John Lynch going to be in his behind tomorrow, man. I know they're going to be in his behind tomorrow. He's probably going to be in some trouble because he said some things kind of almost threatening a little bit. I got people that know you, they're going to, they're going to see you this, that, the third. He said a little bit too much.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God. He went there?
Yeah, he said some things. He said, look, I got family. They know you. They know your face, He said some things that was a little bit borderline like a threat. So, he was out of control a little bit, man. I had to get on your show. I said, listen, I got to tell you. Ronbo ain't it was funny because
people talk about it on the
Grant
chat.
didn't expect him to do that. Huh?
I understand it ended, but Grant just cut him off and left.
Oh man, he was I think when Grant brought him on the show, Grant didn't think it was gonna be that bad. You know what I'm saying? But Vaughn went straight crazy, man. He went like Will Smith versus Chris Rock.
Oh!
He might have slapped the man. You know what I mean? I'm like, man, I hope Javon can just calm down. We need him on that field. Don't get in no trouble. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Brian,
don't let this guy get under your skin. You know what I'm saying?
Brian, have you ever watched any Kwame Brown's videos?
Yes, I have.
Was it anything like it anything like that?
It was like a Stephen A. Kwame Brown episode. Yeah, like that. But much worse. Listen, much worse. Javon calling a man the N-word and everything.
Oh, no, Javon! Yeah. No, you know what? I can't wait till tomorrow we beat up again. You know what? That's gonna draw. Yeah. John is not gonna be happy with that.
Oh my goodness, Javon.
D'Amico is not gonna be happy with that.
He forgot he was an NFL football player, man.
I know, but
Grant get up under his skin, man.
I know, but they would if they knew Javon was going to. From now on, when Grant comes in, he's going to be told, listen, Grant, what we want you to do, we've already got Javon under control. Listen, what I want you to do is keep a distance, right? Seriously. If I catch you within 20 feet of him, I'm going to escort you from the premises. Because this could escalate to something stupid. Because Javon, I got a feeling he may be a little more crazy. And I like my football players crazy, but not to the point where it's going to get him into trouble. So, keep them two apart. He is pissed. You remember last year when he was saying things, when he comes back next year, he's going to prove everybody wrong, all the doubters and everything? I think Grant might have been one of the people that fired him up in the first place.
Oh, he did. That's exactly what he told Grant. Grant was like, look, hey, you going to go on the field, prove me wrong, prove me wrong. He said, I am. But till then, you keep my name out your mouth. Now, if I mess up this season, then I got to hear your mouth. But he said, if I don't, until then, keep my name out your mouth. I was just like, whoa, man. I mean, he literally said in Will Smith words, keep my name. He didn't say my wife's name, but he said, keep my name.
Damn.
Oh, man, it was bad. Ronbo, you got to look at that video, man.
I am. It sounds frightening.
When Javon Kinlaw when Javon Kinlaw does those press conferences, he be talking like, he don't really. He talk like Marshawn Lynch. He was like,
Kinda.
Blah, blah, blah. This time, he's like a total different person, man. I never seen that side of him because he's so nonchalant and calm and collect,
God.
God, man.
And Brian, here's the thing. As I said, you don't need to make that size of a man angry knowing that you're going to be on the same premises as him on occasions for the next 3-4 months. What am I saying? Next 4 to 5 months.
I know is I hope that knee right, because if it don't, you're going to give Grant Conn all the ammo to clown you.
No, don't.
Went on his show.
Grant needs to
all
stop.
That crap.
He needs to leave that man alone.
He does, man.
Yeah, just leave him alone.
He does. But, he don't get as much as he get. Jimmy Garoppolo got way more criticism than he got.
I know, but
he torched Jimmy Garoppolo every game.
But
they can win. Jimmy Garoppolo can throw 300 yards and 10 touchdowns, and he'll still take Jimmy Garoppolo's stuff.
But Jimmy doesn't. Grant knows Jimmy's not going to say a word. That's why, but you got to know who you're messing with. Okay, you can talk about Jimmy because there's going to be no repercussions. But you need to leave Eric. Also, you know who else? You need to leave Eric Armstead alone, too. Also, you don't want to mess with Trent Williams. Of course, you'd never have any reason to mess with Trent Williams.
No.
Who else? You don't want to mess with Deebo too much. I would not mess with Deebo's a little bit crazy too. So there's certain guys you gotta read the room, Brian.
Boys.
You gotta know.
They both Gamecock boys. They kind of crazy over there.
Because you could, Brian. You've been knowing probably since junior high school. Who is who? You don't mess with just any and everybody unless you're ready to get down and dirty. So I always knew which guys to don't mess with. I knew which guys to friend up with too. Some of the worst thugs in my high school. I was always these bros, boys. What's up, man? You know what I mean? Because I got your back. I know you got mine. So if I do have some trouble, I know who I can go get.
Hey, Ronbo. Look, Javon had a nerve to have a mouthful of sunflower seed in his mouth, so he was yelling. He was spitting sunflower seeds all over the place. I was saying, what? Probably get all of a sudden, you looking crazy, all the sunflower seeds flying out your mouth.
That means you know he's mad.
He didn't care what was going on.
That means you know he's mad. He can't even finish what he's eating. He's just flying out of his face. That must have looked scary.
I want to tell him so bad. I said, listen, man, I'm so glad Grant got you fired up. Shut him up this season. Shut him up. Get on that field and let's get it done.
Like you're saying.
Because we need him, man. We need that interior line solidified. So Nick, and hopefully, I'm hoping, man, this Drake Jackson guy, I hope he man. I hope he built like Aldon Smith with them long arms, man.
I think he's gonna be all right, Brian. I really do, because he's got speed. That boy's agility and speed. Linemen don't move like that. Nick moves, but Nick's just a beast. But this dude backflips. When's the last time you seen a lineman doing backflips? Oh my God! I can't see this dude, man. That dude's going to be like they never seen.
He's going to be down in D4 for sure.
I believe it.
Another broke that. And you know what? He joked D4 a lot too. D4 didn't even act like that.
No. This dude, I can't wait to see this. And him and Nick. Nick's going to be asking
every offensive lineman with a Grant. They need to put a Grant Conn picture on every offensive lineman helmet. Knock him down.
Wait, put it on the Jumbotron.
Every helmet, offensive lineman.
Brian, on the opposite end of the field, have a big Jumbotron. And on every second and third down situation when Devon Kittle's out there, put Grant's picture up there right quick. Jamal, Grant, Jamal, what's wrong with you, man? I'm on your team.
That'll fire him up, boy. He'll get a sack every down doing that, boy. Put it on the quarterback, put it on offensive lineman. Anybody, he's knocking them out.
The story reads, as Devon Kittle saw the photo coming up on the screen in the backfield, he threw Eric Armstead out of the way and a couple of offensive linemen and other guys, and the quarterback is still in recovery. The 49ers have been instructed to never do that again and make sure that Devon Kittle gets some therapy between now and next Sunday.
Exactly.
Oh. I tell you, I can't. Listen, you know what, Brian? Hey, Brian, if you got time, I'm going to see you tomorrow, okay?
Okay,
God.
brother. God
Man.
bless you, man. Let's go. Hey, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Ronbo Sports, baby. Let's go.
Thanks, Brian. Look forward to hearing from you tomorrow, fam. Have a good night.
All right, bro. Peace out.
Oh, God. We were supposed to be talking about the press conference today and said we're having fun. There's Brock O'Liner says, Kinlaw's my new favorite player. Ward, Kinlaw, and Deebo. We can check Fly Guy one more time. Fly Guy. Okay, Fly Guy's having some kind of problem because I think he's trying to get in, unless he's snoring. Oh, I thought that sounded like a electronic device. Fly Guy's out like a light. All right, let's not bother him. Let him sleep. He's probably dreaming about Javon Kinlaw and Grant Cohn. We came and started, we're talking about football, and we gravitated toward the show of the day, the Grant. And can you see, there's been some speculation that the fight promoters are trying to get a fight staging with Javon Kinlaw and Grant Cohn in the octagon. They're going to make sure that Javon ties one hand behind his back just as a handicap. Bam, let's go cloud of this. This is not good. We'll find out. There's going to be repercussions. I don't know, but I got a feeling that something's going to happen between tomorrow. And I'll meet you tomorrow night, and we'll see what happens. Meanwhile, have a great night, fam. Thanks for the contributions. Please subscribe. I want you to know when we get back together again. And hit like.